Tricks.
Yes.
CEO Mark Zuckerberg introduced what he calls the metaverse.
It speaks 1,000 words about the world we live in. Look around you. You see filters everywhere. Far from reality.
Try to realize the truth. There is no spoon.
I'm amazed at their point of view about reality, about the human brain.
It altered people's thoughts. What is real? What is reality? Even in my own life, just looking around and being like, oh my God, we're in the Matrix. I would literally think that.
Mr. Anderson.
It's sort of impossible to articulate how it's seeped into our minds and culture. I can't even remember not having seen it. I can't remember my life before the world of the Matrix.
What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. Matrix. Do you want to know what it is?
The Matrix as an idea has lasted 20 years. People use terminology like, are you going to take the red pill?
You're going to take that pill, you're going to take the red.
Everything entered pop culture and stayed. We say a glitch in the Matrix. The fact that that's a part of the lexicon.
Oh, déjà vu.
Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, he appears to have gone a bit crazy this week, renaming his company to Meta and then going on a strange rant about how we're all going to be living in our computers.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually. And it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
A platform where users will interact in virtual and augmented realities.
This is a crazy idea that you're going to give your life to some sort of augmented or virtual reality world that's created by a guy who's involved in this company whose algorithms are sowing the seeds of distrust and hate. But now we're going to fucking let him take over what you see and feel, because you're going to have a new company. And this new company is going to be virtually reality based, where he's literally, he reenacted a scene from Black Mirror.
Yeah. Well,
which is unironically.
It was only a matter of time before one of these tech billionaires decided to build their own Matrix. I get that in a pandemic, it is useful to have these extra channels of communication when FaceTime is limited. But the degree of virtual immersion he is proposing surely cannot be good for the generation of young people who have been left riddled with mental health issues and anxiety from his products.
Bella Hadid is opening up about her mental health. On Tuesday, the 25-year-old supermodel shared a screen recording of Willow Smith on her Instagram.
She's one of the most popular faces on ramps and campaigns globally. These tearful selfies that you see of Bella Hadid are not part of an ad campaign. These are a part of her real story, her unfiltered story. Hadid posted these photos on social media. The caption read, "This is pretty much my everyday, every night for a few years now."
Bella then got candid about her ongoing battle with anxiety, sharing raw photos of herself crying in her room and hooked up to an IV.
And these photos were her way of sending out a message to these 47 million people. She writes, and I'm quoting, "People forget that everyone is basically feeling the same way, lost, confused, not really sure where they are, why they're here."
He says the new Meta name will better encompass what they do, which is reaching beyond social media. Meta comes from the Greek word meaning beyond.
It is time for us to adopt a new company brand to encompass everything that we do, to reflect who we are and what we hope to build. Starting today, our company is now Meta. Our mission remains the same. It's still about bringing people together.
This is something that Mark Zuckerberg has been really interested in and excited about for months, if not years now. But they really are leaning into it over this next few years. And I think this name change is really emblematic of the future of what he wants his company to look like.
And this is her, the real her. Social media is not real, she says. This is new. Bella Hadid says it was becoming harder for her to not share her truth with the world.
My theory, which is that this is, if Zucker is creating a simulation. There's going to be a moment in time where in that simulation, you will be able to create another simulation. If you can simulate in the forward direction, what does that tell us about the backward? That we
right now
we're in simulation.
Yeah.
Because he's creating a simulation. Inside that's a simulation. Simulations all the way down. I am not high. I think I do believe I have a stomach flu, which could be making me crazy. But
maybe it's a glitch in the matrix.
Yes.
There are people who are just not engaging in the same. They're not playing the same game that we are. Right? We're essentially drugging ourselves. Robert Nozick is the libertarian philosopher. He talks at one point about what he calls the experience machine, his thought experiment. And the experience machine is basically VR. He's writing this in early 1960s. He says, what if there was a machine where you could plug into it, you'd feel the illusion of choice, you'd feel as though your choices had some sort of significance, and it would give you the dopamine hit that you get in regular life. Would you plug into it or would you not?
Right.
And his theory was you wouldn't plug into it because you still want to feel like your life has real world consequences. But what if everybody you know is in that experience machine? Then you're the one who gets left out if you're not in the experience machine.
What is real world? I mean, that's what the problem is. That analogy was created before the sophistication of computer systems has reached the point now where you can look at it 20 years from now and you kind of get an understanding of where it's going to be. When you're dealing with what's possible now, I don't think you're going to be able to stop people from doing it because I think it's going to be so overwhelmingly addictive.
Deja vu is usually a glitch in the matrix. It happens when they change something.
I think this is one of the few movies that has seeped its way into every kind of facet of popular culture.
I'll run into young people who've done college courses, all of the philosophies and ideas around the matrix.
It's this amazing, magical, mythological world that has been created using numbers and digits. But it's actually about consciousness. It's actually about thought.
Billions of people just living out their lives. Oblivious.
You'll hear the sentences, "The Matrix changed my life." So I say, thank you, changed mine too.
Deadly storm described by officials as a once-in-a-century weather event.
As landslides reshape the geography.
Also, we'll be there for the cleanup and the rebuilding after the impacts of these extreme weather events.
Okay, gather your family because you can experience a historic event just by looking into the night sky this week.
15 now. This next story sounds like a horror movie, but it's actually real.
And one of the most read stories on the BBC News website this morning comes from Egypt.
The news may sound like the story of a biblical plague, but it has a modern explanation: climate change. The rains in Aswan have been the heaviest in 7 years.
Heavy thunderstorms unleash flooding, mudslides, and scorpions. This is in Egypt. Listen to this. 453 people were stung and 3 people died.
500 people getting stung by scorpions. This happened in Aswan, the largest city in southern Egypt.
Egyptians are drawing all sorts of parallels. They're comparing it with biblical plagues.
Last week, the city was hit by a fierce storm. There was heavy rain, thunder, and flash floods. It sent the people of Aswan scurrying for dry land from their mud brick houses. Awaiting them at home were some deadly guests. Hundreds, if not thousands, of fat-tailed scorpions with their tails full of toxic venom. They'd been swept from their desert burrows by the rains. They burst into homes through cracks in the walls. But 503 bites in one night is unheard of. That too on a day of incessant pouring. Egypt is a mysterious place. And no, the puzzling pyramids of Giza are not the only reason. What makes Egypt mysterious are also stories like these.
A rare sight in the sky tonight, the longest partial lunar eclipse in nearly 600 years.
Georgians will be treated to the longest partial lunar eclipse we've seen in about 600 years.
If you would like to witness a show in the sky, yeah, it's been hundreds of years since a partial lunar eclipse has lasted as long as this one is scheduled to go.
It'll be visible late tonight into tomorrow morning. It's expected to last 3.5 hours. It'll be almost a total eclipse. NASA said it will cover more than 97% of the moon. It's very sciencey and interesting if you're
What makes this eclipse so special is it's the longest partial eclipse since the year 1440.
But if you're after something a little bit colder, let me quickly take you to Anchorage out there in Alaska in the northwest United States, coming to the end of their Thursday at the moment. Look at the scenes they've had here. Record-breaking snowfall for one day. Some parts of the city in Anchorage saw around 17 inches of snowfall in the space of one day.
As sea ice melts and global oceans warm, sea levels are rising, presenting grave threats to small, low-lying island nations and to coastal areas here in the U.S. One example is in the Gulf of Maine. The ocean waters that stretch from Massachusetts to Nova Scotia are one of the fastest warming bodies of salt water on Earth.
An atmospheric river event affecting parts of Washington State, Oregon, and British Columbia, Canada.
This deadly and devastating deluge delivering an unrelenting blow to the Pacific Northwest, a quadruple catastrophe. Record rain, fierce flooding, whipping winds, and multiple mudslides.
A storm with winds so strong, blowing over this 18-wheeler. The tractor-trailer left leaning over a guardrail. In Bellingham, Washington, heavy rains wreaking havoc, submerging cars and gas stations underwater. 6 inches.
In just hours, 6 inches of rain swamped the region, a state of emergency amid these deadly conditions.
This one, so far, in 31 days, the Pacific Northwest, 40 inches of rain, the wettest days for parts of Canada, and Seattle has had its wettest fall on record.
One disaster now followed by another for a region still deep in misery.
And Miguel, we know a lot of folks still without power.
And adding insult to the misery, 90% of the West tonight remains in extreme drought. This is one of the very few areas that doesn't need more water.
This is a special 30-minute newscast on the day BC was battered by an unprecedented storm, and we were not immune at CTV.
As floodwaters devastate the province.
The entire city of Merritt, BC, has been forced to evacuate due to the floods.
An intense fall storm transforming the road into a river. The weekend's 100-year storm causing extraordinary damage to the vital island connection.
It could end up being one of Canada's most expensive disasters. Mudslides have destroyed highways and bridges, cutting off access to the largest port in Vancouver. And floodwaters are still rising.
We were initially planning for a 1 in 200-year flood when this started coming through. And then all of a sudden that blew through those projections in just a matter of hours.
Record rains devastated major highways. One by one, they were all closed.
There's not a person that hasn't been affected or will not be affected by the events of this past weekend. These events are increasing in regularity.
This one is being called an atmospheric river, which dumped a month's worth of rain in 2 days.
After a summer of wildfires and record high temperatures has come this. More rain in a day than people here are used to in a month.
Several creeks burst their banks, washing out roads and flooding property.
Across the border in Washington state, torrential rains and high winds have also been wreaking havoc, flooding roads.
I mean, this summer has just taught us here in Canada, but I think people around the world, that you don't have to go anywhere. Climate change is affecting everyone at home.
Of the climate emergency in Canada.
Canada is warming, on average, twice as quickly as the rest of the world. And in our north, it's 3 times quicker. The science is clear. We must do more and faster.
You take a photo. Doing a bit of a movie star. Done one the other day, it wasn't quite right. Ooh, not nice today. Still got a bit of kick, this cunt. Hey? No, mate, he's good. He's real good. See that other side. Let's go to this side. Yeah. Good beast. Legs. Shit, eh? I had a bit of a mark on that one. Nice and wide anyway. Nice beast. What's the matter? Right leg, legs. What's the matter? Yeah? Come in here.
Just stay there for a moment, 1 moment. Stand up, stand up. Get your back. Yeah, stand up so I can see your shirt. Yeah, chill, chill.
Stop it now, Alex. I'm going to get another one.
Drop.
Hey?
Yep.
Side. So you go to there. Off the hide.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, the hole too.
Aye.
And the hole. I said, don't put it on the hole. I just got to get a bit of string. Up to the wither.
Take this crunch tongue out.
Yep. That's good to have that swearing on there, Lex, when it comes through.
Aye.
That's good to have that swearing on there when we record it. Really. hit him in the wrong spot. Get a photo of his nice big head. That'll do, Lex. We're going to back up. All right?
Yeah.
You didn't get that, did you?
What's that?
Don't come on this side. Stay there. Come in the back. Down here. Don't take that high, you've got a fucking big hole in it. You know what I mean? Don't take down there. come from this way. You'll have to now because it's falling out now. Whatsoever. He's as lean as they come. It's so fucking dry. Fucking dry. Hey? That's for sure. It's bloody dry. Lex. Hang on, you're right. Go around the front, Lex. Turn him off, Lex. Put this in there first. Looks like it. Yeah, on the head. You on it? Yeah, I want to show them where it hit. Right there. That's it, take it off.
Oh, right.
Then he takes the brain meat and put it in his pocket. Oh no, man. Oh no. Oh no. That right there was horrendous. That was horrendous. He chopped the head. He took the axe to the head and then pulled the skull back and took the brain meat out that deal. And the video went off good. Man, that's crazy, boy. That's crazy. Hey, tell Ak if you can turn that down a little taste. Hey, shalom, y'all. Shalom. All praise and glory now to the Most High, forever live his anointed, beloved Son, honor and humility. Sect of the Nazarenes, Nazarene edition, part 47. Right. They thought we was around the gas by there. No breaks. Dang. My brother Yeshua say easy money. All praises, man. That right there, y'all. For any of you brews, call yourselves eating cheeseburgers. That was a cow. That was a cow that just happened. You dig? We showed 4 parts, and that was a professional butcher. All right. Does any of that line up with what we read in Leviticus? And if it don't, what you've been eating on y'all is unclean. You understand? It's unclean. Last night we showed the turkeys, boy. Oh yeah. We showed the turkey how they butcher the turkeys for Thanksgiving for a good night. Man, serious. All right, I'm again. Temple under attack, altar profane. What's on the menu? You dig? In our case, ain't no temple. Ain't no altars either. What's on the menu? Send it to Genesis 129.
How it is.
Dang. He got me that bowl in there. I want to show the family this. For real meats.
The good old, the true cereal.
Real meat. I want to show y'all what's going on. Show y'all what the Nazarene brothers is eating on today. You take that off the top of there if you can. It's real quick, brother. I just want to show. Flesh. This is meat. This is biblical meat right here.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Right here. Hey, take that back for us, brother. You know, man. Just want to let y'all know how we get down, man. That heathen took, but see, look, that ground chuck. You ever trip off that? That ground chuck everybody use to make burgers? Mm-hmm. Bruh, it looked like that brain meat he just pulled out that cow, bruh. Yeah. We weren't here talking about all this ground up other parts of the meat, man, bruh. That's the brain of the cow. That's what it looked like. Hey. Around her eating brains, somebody you eating cheeseburger.
Brain burgers.
Brain burgers, bruh. Dang. Serious business. How y'all doing in the building today? Bless up, bless up. All praise, glory down to the Most High. Nazarene edition, part 47. Woe into the bloody city, part 2. Just plant backing on what I started last night, you know. Yes, sir. We don't even say land back no more, Charles. We say plant back. Plant back. Papaya juice, you know what I mean? You know, we just around here living. You know what I mean? Ain't making no noise, baby.
Yeah, man, you know, papaya juice, that's the Messiah food.
Ah, man.
You know?
All right, y'all. So we're gonna get into this. The reason I showed that first, I showed that because a lot of people are under the illusion that, well, man, we don't know what, how people, is preparing. You can't say yay or nay. Well, I just showed you one video of a professional butcher and how they process or slaughter a cow. From the breaking, chopping off the legs of that sucker. We just showed it, didn't we? Yes, indeed. Okay. So now, let's go and do a rehash real quick. We're gonna do a little, share some of this. How y'all brothers doing today? Talk to me. What's the word, baby?
Really well, man. I'm just glad to be here, man.
What's the word?
God bless.
Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? We just woke up, another day on the land of the living.
Another day on top of the earth, baby. It's a win, ain't it? That's a win. You dig? So the brothers run around and say, especially during these holiday seasons, you got some certain sneaker bros out there that'll be, they'll still celebrate the so-called Folly Day and say, well, my people made my own plate separate, my own dish. This is to the side, and I was eating some turkey. And, you know what I mean? There's a lot of brothers. You get surprised at the spirit of compromising that go on. You know what I mean? That's one of the main spirits you got to fight, especially during this dark time of the year. Yeah. We both turn it up during this time because everybody else turning down, getting depressed, compromised. We both turn up. You know what I mean? So I know brothers over the years. I can call brothers celebrating all these holidays with different excuses, but you got to fight the spirit of compromising. Mm-hmm. You understand? Because so many of your forefathers and foremothers in biblical times, or even during these times, you feel me, have shed their blood, whose dead bodies fertilize the ground to this day. You know what I mean? Because they had strong moral convictions. That's what the earth missing today. People that believe what they believe and stand on it. Especially amongst our people. Of course, you got those fanatical Islamic nuts. But I'm just saying, amongst our people, a lot of our people just compromise. Like, it's cool. And that's the spirit you got to fight. You understand? Again, if it's about eating mama, let's plan something for next week. Yeah, not my mama biscuits. If it's about shopping, you know what I mean, for the short leggers, then why I got to be Christmas shopping? Facts. Shop next month. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? If it's about showing love to your woman, why gotta be Valentine's Day?
That can be every day.
You know what I mean? It can be every day. If it's something special, you go do what married folk do. Right? Do your business. Yeah. You know what I mean? In other words, I'm never against, you dig, like having a good time in a righteous manner. I'm not against that. We not against Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that because we don't like to shop, because we don't like to eat. We ain't against Valentine's Day because we don't like to show love. You understand where I'm going? Yeah. We ain't against New Year's because, we don't acknowledge the changing of the years and all that. You dig? We against all of it because it ain't got nothing to do with us. Yeah. Right? It's the culture of somebody else who has who in time past forced their culture on our people. Now they don't got to force it because it runs on automatic.
Right.
Negroes, Q-dogs, and Kappas, and Apples, and Sappers, and all that, you know. And Negroes, all that. Like, so he's a Greek. He's like, I'm a Greek around here. You see what I'm saying? So that Hellenization that was forced on our people by the sword runs on automatic. Now we've willingly compromised and accepted. You feel me? And that ain't the spirit of the Most High at all. You got to fight that spirit. You understand? You got to stand against that. Nah, I don't do that. Now I'm a brew. Our New Year's in the springtime. Make more sense. Grass growing and birds chirping. I don't know nothing about no New Year 10 days in the winter. You know what I mean? Last I checked, the winter is officially December 21st. 10 days later is what they call New Year's Eve. So I don't know about no 10, 11 days in the winter. It's the New Year. Janus, the Roman goddess.
Janus.
You know what I mean? So again, you know, you got to stand on your square or either die on. Stand on it. Nothing wrong with that, man. Many of the brothers, many of the prophets of old, many of the disciples, them brothers couldn't be politically correct, trying to please everybody. And that ain't what this is about. It's about what's right and what's off. You understand? In this case, Hellenization is running so hard. Your own people fight you tooth and nail. Your people fight you over there, boy. You understand? Well, the reason I do it is like, look, listen, ain't no such thing as you reinventing something that was going on before you.
Right.
It was going on before you. So would you? How do you got the right to reinvent it?
It's like if you come up in my house or whatever, and somebody kill all of my people or whatever, and then they just get spent there, and then they just, you know, years later or whatever. Well, then they make a holiday, you know what I'm saying, and call it Thanksgiving or whatever. And then later on, you celebrate that same thing that they did. It's just like, but you my grandson or something like that. And it's just like, you're a beneficiary of the crime that your grandfather committed. You know, they call that in criminal law accessory to the crime. You're benefiting off of it. You feel me? If I come to your house right now, kill you and put your children in the basement and make them and put them on a chain like a dog and make them eat out of a dog bowl, and then I end up taking control of the house, then I die, and my children inherit this house. You dig? Is that not a crime? You inherited stolen property, Jack. That's just what it is. The true heirs of the property in the basement chained up, eating out the dog bowl. It's just what it is, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with standing up and speaking boldly about the atrocities. You understand? The ugly truth is needed. People need to look in the mirror and see, like, how else you gonna change and get better? Everybody hiding what didn't happen. What you hiding it for? You understand? In order for any one of us to get better, don't we got to look ourselves in the face in the mirror and say, look, you was weak for that one right there. Yeah.
I mean, I got to get better. You know what I mean? I got to take that head on and say, yeah, I tripped. I got to right my wrongs. Correct?
Exactly.
Now, when y'all got to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So why is the oppressor exempt from this? All right. Why is anybody exempt? Not even just the oppressor. Why is anybody exempt from looking at the ugly truth and amending their ways? That's the theme throughout the whole Bible. Amend your ways. Acknowledge where you went off at. Yep. You understand? You can be forgiven. You understand? Return that which was stolen. Oh. When we get talking about stolen property, then stolen. Well, see, that's different. Oh, okay. Well, you wonder why judgment must come in. All right. If you want to stay the judgment of the Most High, well, you gotta right your wrongs. Yeah. Don't you? Yeah. Tell you that Ezekiel, hey, tell the thief. Return everything he stole.
Thanks.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much like right, ain't it?
You're like,
no, we ain't gonna do that.
Can't do that, man.
Hey, bro, you know the brother Kevin Strickland, man, spent 43 years right here in St. Louis. Spent 43 years in jail for a crime he didn't commit. Right? They let that brother out last week. He went in jail when he was 20. He's 63 now. Whole life gone, right? Do y'all know these bastards? Look, they exonerated him and everything, right? But they said, oh, it's against the law to financially compensate you. Man, let this man out of jail destroyed this man's life, kept him locked up for 43 years, longer than everybody in this room been alive. And said, "Oh, you walked in. No, you in a wheelchair now, confined to a wheelchair. You walked in jail. You got to roll out. And yeah, we're sorry." That's not justice, bro. That's not. You understand? That you dealing with the Most High. He's about equity and fair balance. You know what I mean? Judgment got to come behind the misbalance, the evil that's been happening. That's just what it is.
Dang, I was growing up while
Kevin Strickland, bro. Look him up. And this is in St. Louis. This is in This is a St. Louis case, 1979. That man was 20 years old, born in 1959.
Wrongful imprisonment is not a law.
That's what I'm saying. And they ain't even got to pay this man. But I'm saying, you get locked up and they let you out, right? If you can damage some property or something, you got to pay restitution, don't you, Roddy Rob?
Yes, indeed. Exactly.
So you mean to tell me the state of Missouri don't owe this man no restitution? Woe to the bloody city, bro.
You're going to get $80 a day for every single person that's in here.
Do that times 365 times 43, and you see how much they made off this man. Huh? And you mean tell me that man, you ain't finna pay this man? Are you serious? Meanwhile, the city of St. Louis, let me show you how crazy this is. The city of St. Louis got awarded $790 million. The Rams lawsuit.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Hold on. This man get locked up in St. Louis. What's the problem? Y'all got the money in your coffers. That's crazy, y'all, man.
That part.
Come on, man. It's crazy, bro. So, hey, man, look, focus on what's real, focus on what's right, but never lose the fact. We never should get to the point to where we forget about our forefathers and foremothers, man. You understand? One thing they realized, even if they didn't have the understanding you have today, is, look, we at war. You at war, bro. Make no mistake about it. You at war. You understand? And the whole thing is to dominate you.
Yep.
How else did Pee Wee Herman put Shaquille O'Neal in the trunk all these years? Took his land, took his woman, gave him his holidays and his God. How else that happened? If a psyop ain't been ran on you, it's witchcraft, bro. It's a psychological operation. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You dig? So, all right, man, let me share this real quick. The video I just showed was about how, since everybody think they got the right to chew on dead animal flesh, well, that's what I mean, depending on it was properly sacrificed or properly slaughtered according to what we read in the Torah. If you're going by flesh laws, that's what you got to roll by. You claim you go by dietary laws, y'all. Leviticus 17 is part of that dietary law. All right. Now, I showed that for a reason. What we just showed, right? Does it line up with Leviticus?
No, sir.
It don't line up at all.
Not even an inch.
Now it ain't even close. It did. He in the open field doing all that. We gonna see open field in her, right? And that was the animal that Bruce claimed to eat cheese. That cheeseburger. Give me that hamburger on that pizza, boy. And bro, them brains that he took out look like that ground chuck everybody be eating on. Talking about they making burgers or hamburger helper. He cut that head clean off, split the skull, bro, pulled it back and grabbed the brains out. And bro, but it looked like the hamburger meat everybody used to make the burgers and make the hamburger helper and the sloppy Joe. Don't forget about the sloppy Joe, Roddy Rod.
Oh man, bro.
Don't forget about sloppy Joe, Derek, huh? Oh man, that brain burger.
It always looked like it though.
It do when you look back at it. It look like brain meat. They got you thinking it's just some ground up, Nah, bro, that's the brain. You eating brain burgers.
Zombie for real.
Come on, bro.
Hey, you had showed something about the metaverse the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything has been like if you go on Messenger, when these first pop up, it say sponsored basically by Meta.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go I went on WhatsApp today and it said sponsored by Meta. Like that's all it had said. Like,
wow.
Everything is like Meta, man.
Everything is switching right in front.
That's why I was telling you, that's why Mark Zuckerberg trying to get he got his foot in the door. He trying to be basically get started. You know, have all the businesses run through him.
Who's that dude?
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
Oh, okay, Mark Zuckerberg.
That's why he changed the Facebook name to Meta.
Yeah, he showed trying not that long ago. But he tried to pull a power move with the money not that long ago. That made him sit down behind it though. But he tried to make it to where he had his own money. You know, man, it's 2 billion people, 3 billion people use Facebook. If you want to buy any products off their advertising, you got to use Mark Zuckerberg on coin, on money to buy it. Bro, that was about to topple the economy out of it. Because there's 3 billion people around the world on Facebook and Instagram. And to buy anything on Facebook and Instagram, you had to use Zuckerberg bucks.
Zuckerbucks.
Yeah, Zuckerbucks. Bro, them SEC, boy, you could sit. A Security and Exchange Commission came out that boy, you gonna sit down somewhere?
Hey, you're ready to chill out now.
You know what I mean? Boy, we will banish you.
Clone you. Impay them after that.
Man, boy, you don't sit down somewhere with all that madness, boy. Man, crazy, bro. So look, we about to read this. If any of y'all got the Leviticus pulled up, let's start in Leviticus 17. All right, let's start there. All right, Leviticus 17. We're gonna read 1 through 7. Of course, we're gonna do verse 13. And ask yourself, is what we just read with what we just saw, does it line up? All right. I ran into a brother and he was like, well, you know, Messiah died, so everybody sees now that the Messiah died. So I said, okay, so you're saying you do have the right to eat things that are not properly slaughtered and offered to devils. You do have the right, because he died, you got the right to eat things that are offered to devils. Because it wasn't slaughtered according to the Torah laws. You wasn't processed or prepared right. You said, oh, well, I pray over my food. I said, bro, they've been praying since Genesis.
Yeah, bro.
Most High always had a problem with us not separating what's holy from profane. So you claiming you pray. Look, we tell people that eat pork, you can't pray over pork.
Yeah,
don't we?
So that's the thing. Like, it's all sounded like contradictory. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come against the Christianity, but you follow that ideology. Like, you can, because the Messiah died, I can eat whatever I want. That's basically what you're saying.
That's
like,
what you're saying.
Even you just don't want to say you eat pork and all that type of stuff because you can see it in the law or whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm just saying, like, ever since the start of this, man, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying it because I've been seeing it. I'm like, boy, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all keep saying, like, not even just the flesh, but like, you know what I'm saying? Paul and everything. I'm like, God, that's what y'all doing the same things they do.
Yeah, no. It's crazy. It's like, it's crazy how these
Christianity.
turn into, you know what I mean? Christians are like, oh my God, is y'all saying? Because the response is the same.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The response is the same. The response we had going hard on the Christian, but you know that pig meat, pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, shrimp, booty, to make fun of all that. But what's jumbo shrimp? You know what I mean? The boo-boo vein and the shrimp. We used to make all jokes.
Cousin
Talking about you praying over something that's abomination and unclean. Most High and accepting that.
Right.
How dare you? Hey, what? And then to say, well, lo and behold, that same pressure get applied to you. And it's like, no, Christ died. No, I can't eat that. No, Paul said, you like, bro, y'all got the same response that they had with us when we came at them about the pork.
It's an abomination or
not. Right. Can your so-called clean flesh be considered abomination according to the very Torah that you hold? Absolutely it can.
I wonder how many people saw that, like in Isaiah 66, where it said, and the abomination, and like was just like, I wonder what the abomination is. Like, and then like they wasn't thinking that it was just the pork or whatever. They like, what else is the abomination?
Yeah, we used to think, well, shrimp, crab, lobsters, you know, everything else you ain't supposed to eat. Well, I don't say the mouse too. So the mouse got his own category, the swine got his own category. What all falls among the abomination?
Only thing we know is the Christmas tree.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So let's look at this. Leviticus 17. All right, let's read 1 through 7, then we're gonna jump down to 13. All right, let's take our time with it. I showed that video first. All right, that was a professional butcher, a mobile professional butcher. At that.
A mobile butcher.
You know what I mean? You heard that boy that knife shaking.
Yeah.
Gary say, is he sharper than that? Bro, he's sharper than that knife, boy. Boy, he be skinning this deal. You know what I mean? He I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about what's going in. One bro in the chest, I hope he cut his finger off. Going that hard. Damn things. Now look, let's get to this. Leviticus 17 and 1. Hallelujah. Let's get it.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying.
So these are part of the dietary law, the flesh law. And it just don't apply to the high priest and his sons. It applies to all of Israel. We all see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's saying that the Most High commands this. If you somebody go by flesh laws, it's apply to you. You know what I mean? We don't eat flesh, so it's, you know, I don't have no problem with this, but it did, like any brother that calls themselves eating turkey, which is a hybrid vulture, turkey unclean anyway.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Chicken, beef, cow, whatever. You know what I mean? Well, you need to pay attention because what you chewing on in Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14 is contingent upon this. It being processed, it being slaughtered properly according to the Torah. And if not, it's considered unclean and sacrificed to devils.
Thanks.
All right. Verse 3. Go ahead.
What man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox, or a lamb, or a goat in the camp, or that killeth it out of the camp.
Let's look this ox up real quick, bro. Yeah. What's an ox, bro, Charles? What's going on? Ox, huh?
That's like cousin to the bull, right?
I'm saying, because
Strong's H 7794.
Israelites eat ox.
Sure.
Oxtails and all that. Look at that closet right there. If we have some more, if not, try to find something covered up with. Now look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Ox is bullock, cow, bull. We just watched the cow get slaughtered, didn't we? All right, bull. It's a wall, ox, bull, a head of cattle. A head of cattle. Dang, we just watched the head get split for plowing, for food, as what? Sacrifice. Oh, we got a problem. Look at that, y'all. So we talking about cows for you cheeseburger eating Hebrews. All right. So all this is meat or flesh that brothers claim they got the right to eat, correct? Right? Brothers eat lamb, brothers eat goat, and brothers eat ox. All right, whether they oxtails or brothers eat cow, beef, burgers, beef bacon. You know what I mean? Beef ribs, right? All right, well, all right. It's dead flesh at this point, though, because it's killed, right? All right, in the camp where Israel, amongst Israel, where Israel is camping at, because all this went down in the wilderness, or out of the camp, outside of where we at. All right. Verse 4, go ahead.
And bringeth it
not. Grant it door for me. That's what it is.
And bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer an offering unto the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord. Blood shall be imputed it unto that man. He hath shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people.
Now, notice that. Now.
Shalom, shalom.
Hey, shalom. I bless you to you, Hebrew. Now, one thing we got to realize this. It's saying wherever it go down there, whether it's amongst Israel or not. All right? No matter if it's where Israel is at or where Israel ain't at. In the camp or out the camp. All right? We got Leviticus 11 where everybody said we can eat this because of Leviticus. But, bro, that was in the wilderness, correct? You know what I mean? Deuteronomy 14. Aquadale in the building. Hallelujah, brother. Hey, pass him. Hey, pass him that chair right there. Right now. What's going on, big brother?
Shalom, everything good. Hallelujah.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see y'all.
Likewise. All right, so look, trip off this, y'all. So When brothers go to Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14 and justify eating on flesh, one thing a lot of us always forget is that those were laws given to us in the wilderness.
That part.
All right? This is too. You know what I mean? Like you in the same physical locale as when you can eat this, but it's based on this. This ain't even like it came at a later time.
Keep reading.
All right. So notice what it says. And bringeth it not, meaning you didn't bring it unto the door of the tabernacle. We in Leviticus 17 and 4. And you didn't bring it unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, right? To offer an offering. So what we have here so far is that dead flesh is an offering.
Yes, indeed.
It is. You know what I mean? We don't look at it like that today. I just went to the store and got me some brain burgers to eat on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but somebody had to kill that.
Yes, indeed.
Somebody had to slaughter that. Somebody had to process that.
Yes, you keep eating dead brain. That's probably why you can't think.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, so what we have so far is dead flesh is an offering, right?
Yes, indeed.
It must be brought, whether it's killed in the camp or outside the camp. It has to be brought to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer that dead flesh to the Most High before the tabernacle of the Most High. If you're not able to do that, then guess what? You just shed innocent blood. The blood of that innocent animal is on you. It's on your hands. All right? That man have shed blood, and that man shall be what? Cut off from among his people. So now this goes from what you look at as something as misdemeanor. This is a felony crime. Because it has to do with you being cut off from amongst the nation of Israel, cut off from amongst the Most High's flock. You understand? And y'all, we just at verse 4. Now, the video we just showed of that innocent cow being destroyed by that heathen, did that happen?
No, sir.
Was the animal able to be brought to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation as an offering to the Most High? That didn't happen, did it?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he was cutting the legs off that sucker, boy. Cut his head off, pulled the axe out. Y'all see all the entrails and the organs on the ground?
Any contusions.
Straight sacrifices to the devil.
Right. So if it ain't done that way, y'all, then you already guilty of shedding blood.
Yes, indeed.
All right. And if somebody was to say, well, we don't do this no more because the Messiah died, right? Well, then simply ask them and say, well, does that mean you have the right to eat anything you want? Do you have the right to eat flesh that has not been handled like this? Because he died. What his mission was, so you can eat flesh off of the idols or devils then. It don't matter how it's killed. Is that what you're saying? Hold them to it.
Facts.
Hold them to it. You know what they're going to do? They're going to run to the prayer. They're going to say, oh, we know I pray over my food. They've been praying since Adam and Eve, bro. You feel me? And the Most High has always had a problem with us not separating what is holy from unclean, profane, correct? All right, so that ain't no argument either. All right, come on. Now it says you're going to be cut off from among your people. You're guilty of shedding blood. In other words, you a murderer. Blood is on your hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5, go ahead.
To the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices, which they offer in the open field.
Now, hold on. He was in the open field, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
In that video I showed y'all, he was in the open field.
So,
So now we got dead flesh is an offering and it is a sacrifice. All right, go ahead.
even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and to the priest, and offer them for a peace offering unto the Lord.
Exactly. You want to eat on dead flesh, it falls up under the category of a peace offering. And those we talking about, we ain't talking about pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters. We talking about lamb, we talking about goat, we talking about ox. All right? It's considered a peace offering, you chewing on it. Well, peace offerings have to be offered a certain way, or it's a no deal for us. It's considered unclean.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's lamb, even if it's goat, even if it's a cow or an ox, it's still unclean if it ain't been done like that. Right. This for the cats going by the flesh laws. All right, well, hold them to this then. Yep. Hold them to this.
When them different types of tribes and Aboriginals, like they sacrificing different animals and even each other into different water and volcano gods and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So those gods won't come and do anything to them, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? Like they won't. It's basically for peace, and that's really what it sounds like. When I be looking at stuff like that, they sacrifice the children into, like I said, different types of goats and cow types of animals. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like appease the volcano god. You know,
right.
Whatever,
right.
You know.
Right, the volcano god or some type of crazy madness. You did.
Exactly. So, that's the same thing you know what I'm saying, like we was doing with apparently by a bear.
Yeah, exactly. So you see what got to happen so far. And we seeing that? Now watch this, verse 6.
And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord. At the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet savior unto the Lord.
Look, everything that's needed for you to actually chew on dead flesh, you can't do it today. There ain't no door, no tabernacle. What priest you going to? All right, the blood of that blood wasn't sprinkled on no altar that we showed in that video. The fat from the organs wasn't burnt on the altar either. Brother, we can't do that. Well, you can't eat it then. What you eat is unclean then. You know what I mean? Because what's supposed to be in place for you to eat that, you dig, it's not there. And you're gonna see during the Maccabean war, the temple was under attack, the altar was profane, them brothers had cattle. I showed it last night. They went to the wilderness with their wives, their brothers, and their cattle and their children. Right? But guess what? They ate herbs that whole war. Plants. Why they ain't just kill the cattle? They get hungry, they kill the cattle, start a fire. They can't because the temple was under attack. The altar is profane. Now, in our case, the temple gone. Ain't no altar. So
we ain't never seen no.
You're right. You heard me?
We ain't never seen no.
Right. So the Maccabees understood, like we can't even lawfully eat with our cattle. You know what I mean? Because look what's going on with the temple. Look what's going on with the altars. You see? So what's on the menu? Genesis 1:29. It's supposed to be what it is anyway. You know what I mean? We just gonna hold the brothers that claim they go by the flesh law. We gonna hold you to that then. Bro, yeah, that's supposed to be processed and slaughtered a certain way. Well, how we gonna do that? Do your homework, brother. I don't know what to tell you. I'll make you a makeshift altar, put you on the F5 and you know what I mean, make you a linen garment. I don't know what to tell you.
Still gotta be a priest.
Right. Figure it out, brother. Right. Go find you a Levite. Some of y'all say y'all know who Levites is. Go get it. Go look at the 12 tribe chart. Go find you a Haitian nigga. Yeah, you know. Go over in Africa somewhere. Find Levi. Say, man, I need you to perform this ritual for me. But that's too much like right, ain't it? But it's too much like right? Nah, you rather just go to the store and fire up that barbecue grill and but bro, that's not the process. You dig? Well, man, ain't no more offerings to Messiah. That's all you saying. There are no more meats offered to idols because the Messiah died. Can't be, because the order went out after he died. Abstain from meats offered to idols.
Right.
There wasn't nothing wrong but a Torah and prophets then. So what was he talking about? This is what we read.
And then it wouldn't make sense that, like, he said abstain from meat sacrificed to idols, and you'd be like, well, I can just pray over my food. And it's just like, then there is no meat sacrificed to idols, because as soon as even if it is sacrificed to idol, I pray over it and I turn it into clean meat.
No, dog, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You can't bring something clean out of that which is unclean. Who has? I tell you in the book of Job. No, not one. Nobody has ever brought something clean out of what's unclean. Oh, we got a problem though. Now watch this. Now the video we showed, that did not happen, and that was a professional butcher. I'm not talking about a little cat in his backyard. For your first time in hunting, that was a professional butcher. And I showed that for a reason. And when we get to the Maccabees, because the dedication coming up, and we showing how them brothers ate fruits and herbs. You know what I mean? They knew, like, look, we can't even attempt to even try nothing like that, because look what's going on with the altars. Look what's going on with the temple. Right? And they said they did that because they didn't want to become defiled. They want to avoid pollution. What did they know that we just found out 7 months ago? This right here. It's been in our face the whole time, man. You know what I mean? The whole time. And that's why certain brothers don't want to have a conversation with me. Anybody have a conversation, bro? What's up? Let's get on the phone. You did? I'm going to ask you flat out, what is meat offered to idols according to the Torah? What is it? I ain't talking about, they ate the Molech. No, what is it specific? Show me what it is. You know what I mean? And once we get down to it, you're going to see. Dang. Now watch this, verse 7. What it say?
And they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils.
Unto who?
Devils.
Devils with an S. Devils, demons, idols. Dead flesh is a sacrifice. It's an offering, right? Either to the most high, showing you how it's supposed to be offered to him. If that's what you want to roll with. You want to roll with flesh laws and stipulations to that, Jack. You know what I mean? That's just playing y'all game. You want to talk about I can eat flesh? Well, brother, look, if you say you want to eat flesh, then you know what I mean? Follow the procedure. Abraham ate meat with the angels in Genesis 18. But you read verse 6. He told old boy to dress it. It's the Hebrew word for dress. Huh? You gotta do a click on and look it up, baby. It'll blow your mind. Dang. Preparation. According to the law. They go. Lord, what is going on here? Isaac ate the venison and evil. He told Esau, go make that. What's the word for make? Same word for dress. Genesis 8. Dang. Which means they had knowledge of this. You know what I'm saying? These men knew the law of the Most High before Moses wrote it down.
Yeah, this is hard.
Huh?
Yeah.
So where else you going now? Where else you gonna go? Because that's what you're hanging on to. You assume Abraham ate some meat with some angels before the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And you want to realize, I check angels' food is manna. But if you want to roll with that, let's get to verse 6 and it'll show you that he told him to prepare it according to the law. Dress it.
Make it right.
No, wait, we got a problem. No. All you gotta do is hang on, man. You did like, hey, the Most High reveal more and more. He just keep dropping. You be like, dang, dude, that's crazy. Cats really think they got a point there.
Thank you, Father.
Bang him down. They bang him down the script. Look at that.
And it's crazy though, because how this was structured together was to meet an agenda. Yet the Most High still killed you on all sides.
Yes. Yeah, bags you down.
You know what I'm saying?
Bags you down.
Showing up.
So what the verse 7 say, bro?
And they shall no more offer their sacrifice unto devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations.
Well, if you claim you Israel, that means even unto the day, throughout their generations. This has to be done like this. If you call yourself chewing on the dead flesh of animals. All right, you see that so far?
Yes,
all right, we got a priest, blood on the altar, fat to be burnt, door of tabernacle, not done like that. You guilty of shedding blood and you will be cut off.
So it's just like this too.
And if it's not done like that, it's two devils. Go ahead, bro.
So it's just like with fringes, right? In the script, it tell you that you gotta have your fringes throughout the generations. So it's like
on your garments.
On your garments. So you'll go hard about that. You know what I'm saying? Even though most people don't really be making their fringes, they be buying them offline or whatever.
And they're not wearing garments. A garment is not no Calvin Klein t-shirt. Exactly. It's a garment. It's how we use a dress with robes on it. You know what I mean? That's a garment. A garment is not a hoodie. I mean, I ain't against no brothers that wear whatever. You know what I mean? Garment is not Levi jeans and you put your zeets from the belt loop. Your zeets, your tassels. You know what I mean? I mean, brother rock that. That's what's up. I'm saying, like, you want to be, all right, we're going to hold ourselves to that. That's talking about garments.
Yeah.
All right? And it's talking about you making your fringes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that ain't the case. Most of you brothers don't. You order that off Etsy.
Right. Yeah, Etsy. Etsy, bro. That's the exact
Order it right off Etsy.
That's the exact one, bro.
You know what I mean? You got that on a t-shirt. T-shirt not a garment. Right. I do is click on it. It'll tell you garment. Click on the word garment. You go, okay. You know what I mean? That's not your You know what I mean? Your Adidas hoodie you got on. That's not a garment. Some girls trying to hold you to that. You ain't got your friend, bro. I ain't got my garment on. You know what I mean? I'm dressed down today.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just dressed down. I'm in my civilian clothing.
Right.
That's it. I ain't, I ain't at war today. I ain't in full war regalia. I'm dressed down. At times, even when you get back to the ancient cultures with the generals and the soldiers, but when they get back home, they take off their warlike apparel and dress as a citizen. That's it.
And even what I was trying to make was when it says the generation. If you try to hold people up to that, like right there, it say throughout your generations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that it still applies today.
Right.
Just how people be like, well, it say throughout your generations. For your garment, for fringes. Yeah. It's just like,
So you seeing how you can back at it, look, you being hypocritical out. Yeah. Hold me to the zeets on Etsy. You know what I mean? The zeets on Etsy. You know what I mean? Verse 13, Roddy Rod, what it say? Now look what else we got to do with this blood, brother. Go ahead.
And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunted and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be
eaten. Right? If we hunting or catching, you catch fish, don't you? Mm-hmm. That any beast or fowl that may be eaten. So this I brought up 13 because that brings the fish into play, because that's you catch fish. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
He shall even pour out the blood thereof and cover it with dust.
Do y'all hear that? Mm-hmm. Now, what happened with the blood of that poor little cow that we just watched on the video being butchered? Mm-hmm. Was it poured out and covered with dust? No, sir. Everything that is needed for this so-called flesh to be considered clean, for to go down your throat, it's impossible to provide today. It's impossible. I don't care if men got their own cattle and over her straight way, whatever. He a murderer too. Watch him butcher chicken. See, he putting it right on video. Yeah. It's chicken butchering day in straight white. This nigga's a murderer, man. You know what I mean? Straight up. But he ain't doing it based off what we reading right here. That's not happening. So it don't matter. These organic chickens that's straight white.
And I always used to ask I'm like, what the hell makes the meat organic?
Because it came straight from the.
We raise our own chickens. Let's go to Leviticus 7, bro. And then we about to get into this Maccabean revolt, baby. Get into some of this too. What's going on, Wardell? Talk to me.
Oh man, blessed by the best.
Man, we just trying to make it seem, bro. We ain't trying to make it sound too hard to understand, bro.
Once you get into it, man, the Most High bless you in your heart.
Yeah.
And you start to follow along with it, man. You got it.
Yeah. Start making sense.
The Most High was blessing me with the understanding.
Yeah. You started. You've been out the flesh about 3 years now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been
continuous.
Yeah. 3 years. You're feeling good, aren't you?
Blessed, man. Blessed by the best, man. That's a blessing, man. And then to hold that, you know what I'm saying? And then the people that's around you wearing off on them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm living with my sister now, right?
Okay.
She everything.
Okay.
So now, what it's doing, my way of living is starting to wear on.
Rub off.
You know what I'm saying? It's starting to wear on. And then I'll be reading the word, watching the video in front of it too.
Okay.
So I purposely let her hear Mally saying, oh, she heard that one video where they had them turkeys. Where they were killing it, cut the turkey legs off.
Yeah, yesterday.
They go around there and they strip the turkey of all the feathers.
Yeah.
I said, look, Tony, this all these feathers, they been stripped.
Yeah.
She eat pork, she eat sausages, everything. I'm like, oh man, I got to glorify. Just bless her with it.
Yeah.
Bless her with the understanding.
Right.
Bless her with the feeling of wanting to change.
Yeah.
Get our mind prepared to focus on wanting to change, and then listening to your word.
Yeah.
You know, so we pray together. I pray with her and everything. I thank God for helping her to pray with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she prayed with me now. Yeah. And then so it's coming, man.
It's coming. Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Here, YAH'S.
That's right. That's right, brother. Well, may you be victorious in that, brother. All right. Soul gain. All right, let's get this, y'all. Leviticus 7 and 11. We're going to read down to 18. This got to do with the expiration. Now, remember, that dead flesh was called a peace offering. That dead flesh that you were supposed to be eating is called a peace offering. So this is the law of the peace offering.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Leviticus 7, 11 through 18. Let's get it, brother.
And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offering, which he shall offer unto the Lord. If he offer it for thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mingled with oil, unleavened wafers anointed with oil, and cakes mingled with oil of fine flour fried.
Yeah, this is not talking about the holiday that just passed, y'all. You know what I mean? This is a peace offering that we just read about over in Leviticus, the 17th chapter, that must be handled and processed and slaughtered a certain way, or it's considered bloodshed and it's considered murder, and you shall be cut off. All right. That's why we went to Leviticus 17 first, to show that's the process that has to go down. The blood got to be put on the altar by the priest. The fat got to be taken off the organs and burnt on the altar. Right? It got to be brought to the doorway of the tabernacle by you, whether it was killed in the camp or out the camp. And if that's not happening, guess what? You shall be cut off. You feel me? So this ain't talking about the holiday that just passed a couple of days ago that men were sneaking around doing. This is a certain type of a peace offering called a Thanksgiving. You basically thanking the Most High. Some foods you finna go eat, right? It's called a Thanksgiving offering. All right, go ahead.
Besides the cakes, he shall offer for his offering leavened bread with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offering.
Go ahead.
And of it he shall offer one out of the whole oblation for a heave offering unto the Lord. And it shall be the priest that sprinkleth the blood of the peace offering.
So the priest, you gotta have a priest. Right. Today we after Abraham and them, so it's Levites still in the earth. The Torah say, don't forsake him as long as you live on the earth. As long as you live, you can't forsake Levi. All right, well, you want to eat you some flesh, you gotta go holler at Levite. He gotta sprinkle some blood, don't he?
Gotta sprinkle.
You over talking about you eating flesh and keeping dietary law, but the priest gotta sprinkle the blood. Go find you a Levite.
Covered with dust.
Oh, we ain't covered with dust, right? Go ahead.
And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offering for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that it is offered. And it shall be eaten the same day that it is offered.
Same day it's killed. They must be eaten that day. Boy, them turkeys and chickens and all that, boy, them weeks old. Yeah. Let alone that stuff come out your deep freezer. Boy, that's almost a year old. No, with that dead flesh, you got to be eaten that day. Go ahead.
And he shall not leave any of it until the morning.
Go ahead.
But if the sacrifice of his offering be a vow or a voluntary
offering, you understand? Voluntary. Some you hungry, want to go eat. All right, well, that's what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The volunteer, don't you? It's basically free will. Just like, this is what I want to do. I'm in the mood to offer up today. All right, go ahead.
It shall be eaten the same day that he offered his sacrifice.
Look at that. Go ahead.
And on the morrow also, the remainder of it shall be eaten.
So the voluntary offering can be eaten on day 2. Right? Same day as killed or the next day after that. It can be eaten. Go ahead.
But the remainder of the flesh of the sacrifice on the 3rd day shall be burnt with fire.
Flesh older than 2 days old is supposed to be burnt. All right. It's all bruised. I heard with deep freezers full of meat, man. Yeah, man. The flesh been dead years, months. You know what I mean? So it's supposed to be what? Burnt with fire. If it's older than 2 days old, if it's dead 2 days, it's supposed to be burnt with fire.
Yes, indeed.
All right, go ahead.
And if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings be eaten at all on the third
No,
day,
it's going about the eating, because some people say, well, I ain't kill it, but you ate it though. Huh? But you ate it though. All right, go ahead.
it shall not be accepted. Neither shall it be imputed unto him that offered it. It shall be an abomination.
It shall be what?
An abomination.
Flesh dead longer than 2 days, y'all, that you eating on is abomination. And the peace offerings wasn't never pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters. It was lamb, it was goat, it was cow, or ox, you know what I mean? Fish, whatever, hunted or caught. Yeah, you see that? So yeah, the flesh that brothers eat on can fall under the category of abomination if it is not done properly. You know what I mean? I just put some up. All right, it shall be abomination. Go ahead.
And the soul that eateth of it shall bear his iniquity.
It's sinful. And we read about brothers being cut off too. See that? Yeah. Woe unto the bloody city. This part 2 of that. You dig? So I want to show that because that's total opposite of what we saw in that video we played in the beginning of a professional butcher slaughtering, you know what I mean, or processing a dead cow. We didn't see none of that. And if we didn't see what we just read, y'all, it's unclean. It's considered an abomination and offered to devils. Meaning you eating it is iniquity. It's abominable. You understand? And you are in danger of being cut off from amongst Israel. According to what we read. And these are the flesh laws me and love going by. You see that? Let's drop that. Let's drop that right around. Let's jump over to Proverbs 6. Proverbs 6. All right, if y'all get some understanding so far, give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Go to that door right there. First door to the left. Go to that door first door to the left. All right, if y'all get some understanding, give us a Yahoo up in the chat. We ain't trying to lose nobody. All right. I think we all understand if men and brothers and sisters want to go by the flesh laws, well, the flesh must be processed. It must be slaughtered according to how the Torah says it's supposed to be slaughtered. All right. If it's not done like that, then guess what? It's unclean, it's abominable, and it's considered offered to devils. All right, we got some Yahoos going. All praises, all praises. All right, let's go into it. We read abomination, right? Woe unto the bloody city. Woe unto the bloody city. It ain't hard, man. I know a lot of people just stuck in their ways, but it ain't even hard. All right, you don't want to be skating on thin ice. You don't want to be someone that's considered cut off, unclean in the eyes of the Most High, cut off from among His people. All right, how many is knew that lamb can fall up under the category of being abomination in the Scripture? Never knew that. Never knew that. Never questioned it. Never questioned it. You know what I mean? Never questioned it, not one bit, bro. You dig? But yeah.
Proverbs 6, verse what?
We're gonna read 16 through 19. Let's go ahead and read Proverbs 6. We're gonna read verse 16 through 19. All praises, man. All praise. All praise. That's the reason we showed that first, so we could go and then show the Torah, what the Torah got to say about it. Now we understand what James and them meant when they told Paul, hey, the teaching is to abstain from meats offered to idols. Thanks. Now we know what meats offered to idols is directly. It ain't just because somebody tell you it's offered to Molech. No, it got to do with how it's slaughtered and how it's processed. If it's not processed according to the Torah, it is considered unclean, abominable, and offered to devils. You understand? And that's what we read. And trip about this, the Maccabean brothers understood that. They understood it. Ain't no doorway, ain't no tabernacle. Look, they priests. That's the crazy part about it. Them brothers priests. See, they come from a family of priests. Right. Judah Maccabee and them. They father and them were priests. Mm-hmm. And they still didn't slaughter their flocks and eat when the temple and the altars were profane and under attack. You feel me? Because what they knew what we just read. Ain't no, we can't bring it to the doorway of the tabernacle. The priest can't sprinkle the blood. The priest can't burn the fat. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? We can't eat it. That's offered to devils. Yep. And they understood that. They did. So they knew how to avoid defilement. So you mean to tell me they fought that whole war against the Greeks, y'all, on plants? And it was all type of heavenly help showing up for them brothers.
You hear me?
On plants, no flesh.
Because they had the love of the Most High in their heart.
That's right, brother. That's right. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High. I see the Yahoos. All right, let's get it. Proverbs 6:16 through 19. Let's eat.
All right. These 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him.
Remember that word abomination again, y'all. Let's look at the word abomination up, man. What we working with? What we working with?
Strong's H 8441. To'eva. To'eva.
Now look what abomination is. We just read about it's abomination if it's dead longer than 2 days, correct?
Yes, indeed.
All right, now look at this. Abomination means abominable thing, abominable, a disgusting thing. Abomination, abominable in ritual sense of unclean food.
Oh, that's cuddle butter. Oh, yeah, that's cuddle.
Unclean food.
That's cuddle.
We just read what the unclean food was. In ritual sense of unclean food, comma, idols, comma, mixed marriages.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed.
In ethical sense of wickedness.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's
Oh, we.
That's it on that.
Oh, we. So these things the Most High hate. Yeah, 7 is an abomination to him, bro. Now look at what he calls an abomination. All right, go ahead.
A proud look, a lying tongue,
come on,
and hands that shed innocent blood.
Let's click on this word blood.
Uh-oh.
Click on this word blood. Innocent blood, correct?
Strong's H 1818. Dom. Dom.
Look at this right here. The word dom. Now look at this. It says, compare H119. Blood is that which, when shed, causes death of man or an animal.
There it is.
Or an animal. These 6 things do the Most High hate. Yes, 7 is abomination. Animals, I mean, especially you slaying, what did they do? One of them kill your people or something? Like, what's going on? Innocent blood. The animals fall up under the innocent blood category too. When the Most High says, thou shalt not kill, meaning thou shalt not murder. You understand? That's what you're doing. You're shedding innocent blood. Murder of man or an animal. It says, by analogy, the juice of the grape, figuratively, especially in the plural, bloodshed, i.e., drops of blood, bloody, guiltiness, thirsty, innocent. But the crazy part is none of us look at an animal or the shedding of the animal's blood as a crime.
Yeah.
That's how desensitized we can become.
Yeah.
But blood right there says of man or an animal. The Most High hates those that shed innocent blood. What did that cow do against his maker? What did that cow do against you? Nothing. Did it sin? Okay, so it's innocent blood being shed. Why you think the Most High always say, I want mercy and not sacrifice? Good on all that. You know what I mean? If you knew what that meant, you wouldn't have condemned the guiltless or the innocent. Who's being condemned and sacrificed? The animals. Wow. Let's go on back, brother.
They've been doing it so long, they think it's just out the ordinary.
Yeah.
That's what we supposed to do.
So it says a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. We now know that innocent blood also has to do with animal blood, correct?
Correct.
If y'all understand that, give me your 4 up in the chat.
Oh.
All praise. All right, go ahead,
And a heart that divides wicked imagination.
Wow. Think about your mind, how sadistic you got to be in mind. Like, I'm about to dissect and gut this whole cow. I'm about to pull out the entrails. See what they were doing with the turkeys. Boy, they was going up the turkey's rear end, boy.
So I can taste it.
So I can chew on his dead flesh. Bro, it was crazy. That turkey video I showed last night, bro, everybody was there like, good night, boy. That is crazy. They got to go through all that just so you can eat. Now, my beloved brother Darius just prepared a salad for us. You understand?
Indeed.
No type of bloodshed, no type of, you know what I mean? We ain't got to do nothing but chop down a few peppers, onions, tomatoes. You understand? Good bread.
Yes, sir.
Good bread. Think it would have got to go down for you to eat that. Something has to be murdered. Go ahead.
A false witness, and the feet that be swift in running to mischief. A false witness that speaketh lies, and him that soweth discord among brethren.
Absolutely. I wanted to show that real quick. All right, let's jump over here. Let's go to Isaiah, the 1st chapter. Woe unto the bloody city. This part 2. Woe unto the bloody city. All right, I do want to get into some of this Maccabees too, man, because man, it's a beautiful thing. Now we have an actual example of brothers that understood if it's all gone bad, we can't touch it anyway. See that? If it's all gone bad, we can't touch it. We're going to do Isaiah 11. Y'all already know. We're going to start around 10. 10 and read on. Yeah. Isaiah 11. We're going to start around. It's Isaiah 1. Yep. And we're going to start around verse 10 and read down through 19. All right. All praises, all glory, all honor to the Most High. All right. That video was horrendous, though. Horrendous. Son, you got it. Come on, let's eat. Let's get her done. Isaiah 1 and 10. Isaiah 1 and 10. Whatever. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 10.
Oh,
okay. You in 10 and 1? Go to chapter 1, verse 10.
Yeah, I got chapter 10, verse 1.
Nah, chapter 1, verse 10. You got it?
No, not yet.
Let's make sure you get there, big dog. We all good. That's right, Shemuel, but they still eating death. Absolutely, brother. It's death being eaten. It's death being eaten out here, bro. That ain't no good. That's a bad look. You made your body a graveyard of dead animal flesh.
Bad feeling and bad smell.
You did, yeah, boy. That smell, yeah, you ain't lying.
Everything bad about that dead.
Yeah, boy. Isaiah 1 and 10. Let's start there.
Hear the word of Yahweh, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of our power, ye people of Gomorrah.
Now that's crazy because he's comparing the rulers in Jerusalem, specifically the priesthood, to Sodom and Gomorrah. Dang. To Sodom and Gomorrah. Go ahead.
To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith Yahweh? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he-goats.
Flat out. Now, we've been bringing this out for the past few months. Like, Most High don't want none of it anyway. He's saying if y'all claim y'all keeping flesh laws, did you know you got to stand on that? They did. Now, we don't go by the flesh law. I mean, we don't eat flesh
at all.
You know what I mean? But since you men are being pompous and claiming you got the right to throw dead animal flesh down your throat, then, brother, you're not even keeping all that. But the Most High say he don't delight. Meaning he don't like it. He don't like the blood of bullocks, ox or cows, lambs, or he-goats. These are the very same animals we see in Leviticus 17. Very same animals we see in Leviticus 17. Most like, I don't delight none of that. And he's asking a question. What's the purpose for your sacrifice? All these sacrifices. I'm full of all that, right? Let's look at a different version real quick. Hold on. Different version, brother. Sometimes it becomes a little more clear. Now, we victims of modern English, so, you know what I mean? This is the NLT Bible. All right. Isaiah 1 and 11 in the NLT say, what makes you think I want all your sacrifices? Says the Most High. I am sick of your burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fattened cattle. I get no pleasure from the blood of bulls and lambs and goats. He said, what makes you think I want this? And we bring this out, say, bro, there's conflict, you know, in the scripture between the prophets and then, you know, your Levitical priests and all that. No, I don't see no conflict. Brother, maybe you're not ready to see it. I understand that. You know what I mean? But don't play me like we not reading this. That's my thing. You know what I mean? I don't play you like you. I'm like, okay, you reading it. You reading that, but this says something different over here. That's the point. The fact that it says something different is the point we bring it out. It's a conflict there.
Yep.
It's not saying the same thing. You know what I mean? One brother say, hey, the command is to abstain from meats offered to idols. The other brothers say, go eat whatever is sold at the butcher stall and don't ask no questions. That's not the same thing. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? We got to stop acting like everything harmonized. And what I found out, y'all, is that's a new doctrine.
Oh, wow.
That the Bible harmonized. That's new. It's like 100 years old.
Oh, yeah.
None of the brothers from the times of old was under that understanding, because they knew different scribes from different eras in time. You understand? From different perspectives, from different captivities, had their hands on the scriptures. Let alone the Gentile powers that ruled over us. You see what I'm saying? So nobody ever was under the feeling and understanding like the brews are today. Everything harmonized. No, it don't. Look at it. And be real with yourself. It just don't. And once you understand that the conflict, then you can decide what side you on. So, okay, I'm gonna make this real simple. I'm just gonna choose life. How about we just choose life and live? You know what I mean? I'm cool on all that death talk. You know that. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense anyway. Never did actually.
Right.
You know what I mean? All right. Now look at the NLT. Let's look at the ESV. What to me is the multitude of your sacrifices, say the Most High. I've had enough of burnt offerings of rams and the fat of well-fed beasts. I do not delight in the blood of bulls or lambs or he-goats. All right, CSB. What are all your sacrifices to me, asked the Most High. I've had enough of burnt offerings and rams and the fat of well-fed cattle. I have no desire for the blood of bulls, lambs, or male goats. No desire meaning he don't want it. He don't want it. I like the NET. The NET be real plain. It be real plain. That deal say, of what importance? You hear it there? of what importance to me or your many sacrifices, says the Most High. I am stuffed with burnt sacrifices of rams and the fat from steers. The blood of bulls, lambs, and goats, I do not want. Clear cut?
The Amplified Bible be getting it in too.
Yeah, the Amplified go hard body. That go hard body, Hebrew. All right. So I think we understand what the Most High is asking these priests, because it was only the priests who was the ones bringing all this. All right. He's saying, what's the purpose? Why? I don't delight in it. I don't like it. I never wanted it. All right. Verse 12. What does it say?
When ye come to appear before me,
Yeah.
who have required this at your hand to tread my courts?
He asking, who told you to tread my courts with this blood? Now, obviously, it wasn't the Most High. If he asked through the prophet, through the mouth of his prophet Isaiah, who have required you with this at your hand to tread my courts? Because if it was him, he wouldn't be asking who. And if the Most High didn't require that, then you got a whole nother topic there, boy. Who you been dealing with this whole time? You understand? What make you think this is what the Most High want? When you come to appear before me, who have required this at your hand, what's in his hands? What is he bringing? Who's in the courts of the Most High with the blood of lambs, goats, and bullocks? The priest.
Message.
Who done told you to tread my courts with this? Look at this. Verse 13.
Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me.
Good night. Go ahead.
The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meaning.
That's wild. You mean to tell me all that means nothing if it's blood there? If it's blood involved? That's what he was asking in the previous verse. Who told you to tread my course with this? I don't want the blood of bullocks and lambs and goats. And here you up in here talking about you keeping all these appointed times of the Most High with blood on your hands. Whose blood? Right. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Verse 14.
Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hated.
Wow. Wow. They became hateful. I thought that's what the Most High appointed though. But they're hateful to him. The common denominator, y'all, is the blood.
That's all that is.
It's a bloody feast.
Yep.
It's a bloody feast. And the Most High does not want no slain animals. He don't want it. He don't want the blood of no lambs, no bullocks, no goats. He don't want none of that. You understand? Sacrifice of the Most High is what?
A contrast spirit.
There you go. He don't care nothing about you killing no gut, no animal, and putting fat on altars and sprinkling blood. He don't care nothing about none of that. We go there to show the men, since y'all claim y'all got a right to chew on dead animal flesh, you supposed to be keeping that too. And you ain't keeping that. So that's what? You are eating abomination. You are unclean. You are in danger of being cut off. You done shed innocent blood, Jack. You gonna bury your iniquity.
Yep. You think about it, it's just like through both ways, who got a better chance and an easier time keeping the law? You know what I'm saying? Our way, which is Christ's way, or yours and Levitical priest.
Right.
Who got an easier time keeping the law?
Right, exactly. Yeah. We do. Much easier time. You know what I mean? You gotta do is get rid of the blood, man. It becomes way more easier. You know what I mean? And you'll see that's the root problem behind majority of your sins and your diseases. Them flesh pots, boy.
Yeah. Right.
Them flesh pots. That's the 90% of what you got going on. You did. Yep. That sinful or sickness got to do with the flesh pots. You put them flesh pots away, boy, you start to become more victorious over all type of stuff you thought you was weak in. Like, dang, I got all power to defeat that. Yep. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
They are trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you.
Come on.
Yeah. When ye make prayers, many prayers, I will not hear.
Why?
Your hands are full of blood.
Whose hands are full of blood, Charles? Don't forget, he talking about the priests and them who tread his courts with the blood of lambs, goats, and bullocks.
Just got to digging and then you want.
It's the blood. It's the dead. It's the sacrifice. Most I like. I'm not gonna hear you behind none of this. Now watch this. Go ahead.
Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes.
See, he called it evil. He's calling it evil. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Put it away. Dang.
Cease to do evil. It's funny how those come right after each other.
Right. So he's actually calling the sacrificial system evil, bro. He's calling it evil. Go ahead, huh?
Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed.
That's right.
Judge the father.
Come on.
Plead for the widow.
Come on.
Come now, and let us reason together, saith Yahweh. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool.
Come on.
If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land.
Oh, wait, hold on. If you be willing and obedient, you will eat the what of the land? What else?
The good.
The good. What's the good of the land? Hold on. We finna see what the good of the land is, brother. Hold on.
Yeah, the high just all in the context of it, like
yeah,
You're talking about like ceasing from doing evil from all these sacrifices. Now you must not be obedient. You know what I'm saying? So and then so he like, look, if you were obedient, meaning you're not obedient. But if you were obedient, you would eat the good of the land. The good and obedient. Would you finish that up?
No, I'm just saying that's a lot of rules we saying you saying for the I don't know the whole context, but that's all the context. We're like from starting from the flesh, starting from the flesh to eating the good of the land and being obedient in between and stopping the blood. That's all in the same context.
It is.
You can't get around it.
Yeah, it is. So the NET Bible says this, Charles. If you have a willing attitude and obey, then you will again eat the good crops of the land.
I like how they say it.
Bag drop. Bag them down. Bag drop. The good of the land is what you grow. It will grow what the earth produces.
129.
On the good soil.
If you be willing and obedient, you're going to eat the good of the land. You're going to eat what the earth produces. You understand? The land won't be cursed with blood. You understand? You'll be relieving the oppressed, the fatherless, the widow. You'll be seeking judgment, righteousness. You won't be shedding blood anymore. If you be willing and obedient, you're going to eat the good of the land, meaning what the land produces. This right here, the NET Bible says the crops of the land. So now we know the good of the land means what the earth produces. If you be willing and obedient, that's what you're going to eat. Okay, now what's going to happen if you're not willing and good and obedient? Hold on, let me get there. There's ready to shoot. Hold on, big dog. Damn, now drum roll, verse 20. Go ahead,
But if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken.
The mouth of the Most High has spoken. So what are you refusing? You're refusing to eat how the Most High say eat. You rebelling. He said you're going to be devoured with the sword. Right. You see that? For the mouth of the Most High spoke that one, Jack. Let's go to Isaiah 66 real quick. Go ahead, talk to me. I see you over there, Yeshua. Go ahead.
You plagued with diseases.
Right, put that in the freezer.
You know what I'm saying? And then
thank you, brother.
You live your whole life.
No, I'm live getting it. I mean, like, go ahead, bro.
You live your whole life, you know what I'm saying? Eating this flesh or whatever, and then you your body just going through just hell, you know what I'm saying? And like eventually you die. You get all these diseases, and then you die like a horrible death.
Yeah.
So like, even if it don't come right then and there, like you said, I will even if it's not like immediate, it's still like you're gonna get devoured. You know, you still getting devoured.
Absolutely. Who got? Read Isaiah 66. We're gonna read 1 through 5 real quick, and we're gonna jump on down because we showed abomination ain't just pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters. It's not just that, y'all. Not just pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters, right? It's dead flesh. It's been dead longer than 2 days, right? It's called an abomination, right? It's considered offered or sacrificed to devils or idols. If it ain't been brought to the door of the tabernacle, the priest ain't sprinkled the blood on the altar, burnt the fat, and all that. So, you understand? That's just what it is. If that ain't done, it's considered offered to devils. If the blood ain't been poured out into the dust and the blood covered with the dust, it's considered unclean and it's offered to idols or devils. Okay? Now, we just read Isaiah, the first chapter, and he said, if you be willing and obedient, you're going to eat what grow out the land. You're going to eat the good of the land. The good of the land is what the earth produces for your food. But if you refuse and rebel, you're going to be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Most High spoke that, Jack. That's what's happening. Whether it's a quick death or slow death. I think that's what you were saying. Yeah. Whether it's quick or slow, you're being devoured. You understand? Good or bad. Yeah. And why you say, like, I didn't require this at your hand. Why are you treading my course with this? I don't delight in the blood of lambs, bullocks, and goats. Understand? Look, your hands are full of blood. I'm not even going to hurt you when you make your many prayers. Right? Cease from doing evil. He's talking about the whole sacrifices out of it. Cease from doing evil. The shedding of blood. You want to make that mean everything? He ain't talking about all that right there and there. He talking about the shedding of innocent blood, specifically them animals.
You're getting off the context if you say anything different.
Yeah, because it's not talking about none of that. You bringing everything else into the picture. Right. Man, in other chapters, he may talk about other things, such as adultery and all that. Yeah, okay, yeah. But right there, he talking about the shedding of animal blood for the purpose of sacrificing. That's what he's talking about. For the purpose of sacrificing and eating it.
But then all of this stuff is in the same letters, you know what I'm saying? Or the same writers or whatever, like the book of Isaiah. You know what it, like we're gonna read like what a sacrifice is and stuff like that from the Most High, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all in the same context.
It's all there. All right, let's get it. Who got it?
I got Isaiah 66. Isaiah
66, read 1 through 5, and we're gonna jump down. We're gonna jump down to Old Faithful. All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 66 and 1.
Yeah, 1 through 5 first.
All right, bet. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? And where is the place of my rest?"
All right. See, now here you go, focus on some type of building. He like, look, bro, heaven is my throne, and my earth is where I put my feet at. And what house did you possibly build me? Right. Now he's saying this while it's a temple built for him. And people over there sacrificing.
Yep, that's what
but he's speaking through the mouth of his prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, like, look, that ain't my house.
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
That's something to think about.
"For all those things hath my hand made, and all those things have been, saith Yahweh. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembles at my word."
That's what we looking for. That's his sacrifice.
You know, right there, he basically already telling you, even before you get to the New Testament, that's his house.
Yeah.
Because right after he said, "Where is my house?" he's saying, "This is my house."
Right. This is where I dwell at. I dwell with those who are of a humble mind.
Right, bro.
You understand? Those who ain't puffed up and proud. All right.
My spirit.
Look at this. Verse 3. Go ahead. That tremble at his word, huh?
Right.
All right, go ahead.
"He that kills an ox is as if he slew a man."
You see that? So he that now we back to ox and lambs and all that. That's what we talking about the whole day. But he said, "He that kill an ox is as, or is just like him slaying a man." It's murder. Go back to shedding of innocent blood. Then we look up the word blood, which also meant the blood of animals. Innocent blood, right? He's saying he that kills an ox. Well, who would be killing an ox? The Most High just said, "Where is my house of rest? Heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool. What house you gonna build me?" And he's saying this to Isaiah, his vessel at the time, while there's a physical building standing, a temple, in which priests or what? Sacrifice. They're sacrificing several times a day for thousands of years. This stuff is going on. The Most High saying to Isaiah, "He that killeth an ox," who was killing the ox?
The priest.
Is as if he slew a man. Murder. Go ahead.
It says, "He that sacrifices a lamb, as if he cut off a dog's neck."
Wow, that's crazy. We just seen a heathen cut the head off a cowboy. In that video we played, he cut the head off that sucker, boy. And then brought the axe out at the end of the video and chopped his skull, pulled his skull back and took the brains out of it. And it looked just like your sloppy Joe you've been eating on since you've been 5 years old. Look like that hamburger meat, hamburger helper. It's talking about this ground chuck. Boy, that's brain. That's brain meat.
Came out just like that.
Huh? Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
What part of the cow is it supposed to be? The ground chuck.
Hey, look. In them little white packages, though, the design of the meat even look like that. Like, you know how you say, you know, they'd be like, it'd be zigzag and all that.
Yeah, that's what it'd be like.
Ground chuck wood.
No, the ground beef you making your burgers out of, bro. We just saw the video where he took the brains out the dead, the chopped off head of the cow, and it looked just like that ground up that you make your patties and make your burgers and all that out of it? It look just like it. It look just like it.
They selling just like a big from the ruby to the tutor.
To the rooter to the tutor, big dog. All right, come on, Knock. Let's get it.
It says, he that offers an oblation as if he offered swine's blood. Swine blood? Not swine. He that burneth incense as if he blessed an idol.
All this is going out in the temple. The ox slaying, the lamb sacrifice, the oblations, right? The burning of incense. Sound like Mosiah got a problem with the priesthood. Well, we go ahead.
It says, yea, they have chosen their own ways.
Their what ways?
Their own ways.
Oh, how is this possible? Because through the Torah, like you thought, like you brothers say. Huh? You saying these are the ways of the Most High. He's saying, dog, them your own ways. Own ways. That means they're not his ways. So you mean to tell me sacrificing ox, lambs, offering oblations, burning incense, and all that are not his ways? Good night. Good night. Them your own ways. Starting with the priest. That's where you learned it from. Mosiah said the whole 40 years in the wilderness, I was grieved with you the entire time. You didn't know my ways. Hold on. That's where you got all your Kwam Yashala from. And that's where you get your whole body Israelite movement from. It's a wilderness wonder. Oh, you get all of it is from the 40 years in the wilderness coming out of Egypt. All of it. All the Torah, all the laws, everything. The tabernacle set up, the sacrifices, the ark, everything. Right after we came out of Egypt, we was in that wilderness for 40 years. What the Most High say, 40 long years I was grieved with this people. You think I was just a few times he got angry at us and that made us wonder. He said the whole time I was angry at y'all. And this is a people who have not known my way. Hold on, what you mean? How we don't know his ways when that's what we got from there, didn't we?
It's all right.
We got all that from him, supposedly. Oh, okay. Then he doubled back in Amos and asked, was it to me you was sacrificing to in the wilderness? No, that was to Molech. And Sakuf, your gods, your tabernacle that you made to yourselves, and for that you go into captivity. Dang. 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 See, if you look at all in proper context, he talking right to the priest because they the ones sacrificing. They the ones offering oblations. They the one burning the incense. And he's saying, no, that's their own ways. And their soul delighteth in their abominations. Oh, what we got going on here? Abominations. Man, look, y'all don't want to get me started because they already want to hang me. They already want to hang me off the gateway arch. Just show them the obvious. All right, come on, let's get it.
Okay,
Verse 4.
Gotcha. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. What I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not.
Why he's calling it evil again? We talking about sacrificing. We talking about oblations, right? We talking about incense burning. He said them your own ways. He double back and call it evil. But they did evil before mine eyes. How was all this evil when supposedly the Most High gave it to us? He gave it to us, right? Or was it the priest that gave it to you? Under their own agenda. Why you think the chief priests, the scribes, and all them plotted against your Messiah? Because what he taught was totally different than what was written down. He's like, no, you heard this and this was written. I say this. Gave a total different judgment, total different understanding. They dig, and for that, murder.
preached them used to tell their sons and stuff like that. Like, you know, this is
Verse 5.
We made that up. All right, what it say? It says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let Yahweh be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed."
Jump on down. Jump on down. This is where we go to tell everybody, man, you ain't supposed to be eating on no swine. All right. Well, abomination ain't just pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters. Abomination is also dead flesh you chewing on that's older than 2 days.
Facts.
Including lamb, goat, and cows. Huh? Oh, wait.
They love chicken.
Yeah. All of it. All the flesh these men are eating on these so-called holy days or whatever, bro. All of it's unclean. All of it's an abomination. And we can boldly say it because ain't none of it been slaughtered and processed according to the Torah law.
Facts.
You go by flesh laws, you got to roll with that.
Yep.
And if that ain't being done, then it's unclean to you. You understand? Yeah, and it's considered offered to devils.
Yes, indeed.
All right, when we get to the Maccabees, you'll see they understood that. All right, 15 through 17. Watch this.
"For behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire."
We used to be like, has this happened yet? Is this the first coming or the second coming? You know, I know all the breakdowns. I know. I know. We used to go over here and smash anybody talking about they was eating pork. Huh? Any so-called Christian we ran up against and they was still eating pork, we'll go to this scripture right here to show that you're not supposed to eat pork, because at the second coming, when the Lord appears with his chariots like a whirlwind, if you're chewing on swine meat, you're gonna be consumed together. And this is where we go. This is the nail in the coffin. What Hebrews don't want to see today is that abomination is talking about also include that flesh you chewing on. Everything. Even though it ain't pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters. Right. It's lamb meat, it's goat, it's oxen that's been dead longer than 2 days. It ain't been brought to the door of the tabernacle. Its blood ain't been put on the altar by the priest. Its fat ain't been burned on the altar by the priest. Huh? You're guilty of shedding blood. It's considered unclean, an abomination, and you shall be cut off, and it's considered offered to devils. It ain't just pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters that make up the abomination. This is where we go. Watch this. Go ahead.
"For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and this or judge." And it says, "And the slain of the Lord shall be many."
The slain of the Most High shall be many. The Most High is going to be doing some major league judgment in that day. Verse 17. Go ahead.
"They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind the one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh,
comma,
and the abomination,
comma,
and the mouse,
comma,
shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh."
The abomination of swine flesh and the mouse is all in the same category. Yep. They all going down. Now, once you understand that abomination ain't just pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters, it's all this clean flesh that these Israelites claim they're eating on for their holy day. Bag drop.
Bag drop.
We got a problem.
Indeed.
And why is it an abomination? Because it don't fall up under the guidelines of Leviticus 17, 1 through 7, verse 13, Leviticus 7, 11 through 18.
Yes, indeed.
That's why. It considers offered to devils, unclean, and abomination. And this is the judgment that you stand to receive unless you turn back and repent.
They do them.
That's just the truth. You know what I mean? Now, we've been in the Bible the whole time. We ain't making none of this stuff up. You understand? Let's get into the Maccabees, bro. Let's get into the Maccabees. And get into the Maccabees. Matter of fact, before we get there, one quick one in Acts. Y'all know we got to go hit Acts, man. Acts 15. You know, we got to get good old faithful. We got to get that. And we got to do one in Corinthians from good old Saulus. And then let's get into the Maccabees. Let's just show it, you dig? Because it's not the same thing. All right. And then you see whose teachings are more in line with the Torah and who's not. You know what I mean? Was it James and the disciples or was it Paul?
Definitely ain't Paul.
Oh, y'all got the big homie started. Good old Paul.
Paul trip.
All right, read 19 through 20, then jump down to 29 for me. Acts 15. This is called the Jerusalem Council of the Sun, and this is James standing up. All right, James, the brother of the Messiah himself. All right, when you go back up to verse 13, it says James is judgment. He's the one in charge. He got control over the whole Temple Mount at this time. Thousands of Israelite priests, zealot priests, are obedient to the faith, meaning they follow Mashiach. They are zealous for the law. They are zealots. You understand? And he got control over the whole Temple Mount and got thousands of faithful priests behind him.
Ready.
You know what I mean? That's why he's able to stand up and give a judgment. He running things. The Nazarenes that took over the entire Temple Mount at that time. We outnumbered the priests and all that. Within days after the Messiah died and resurrected, we had control over the entire Temple Mount.
The temple that many Jerusalem.
Yeah, we had the control over the whole thing. All right, James, the Messiah's biological brother, was the one, and he was the top bishop in charge. All right, historically speaking, and in the Bible. That's why he's standing up giving a judgment in verse 13. All right, so yeah, absolutely. So look at verse 19. Look what his sentence is. Verse 19. What does it say?
Wherefore, my sentence is that we trouble not them which from among the Gentiles are turned to God.
Go ahead.
But that we write unto them that they abstain from pollution of idols, and from fornication, and from things strangled.
Come on.
And from blood.
Jump down to verse 29. We're going to clear it on up because he's still talking.
Read up.
Look at verse 29. Go ahead. Same man talking. This is YHWH'S, James the Just, Messiah's little brother. All right, go ahead.
That ye abstain from meats offered to idols.
Now, we just read what it was in the Torah, what meats are offered to idols. We've been going over the whole time, correct? The commandment is to not eat meats offered to idols. And we all know that that's all the flesh in all these grocery stores that brothers eat at all these so-called holidays and holy days. That's offered to idols because it wasn't slaughtered or prepared how the Torah says it's supposed to be. So it by default, it falls under the category offered to devils.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody understand that? It's been dead longer than 2 days. It's an abomination.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. That you abstain from meats offered to idols. Go ahead.
And from blood.
And from what?
And from blood.
And we see what we got to do with the blood of that meat. Then we what else? Don't we got to pour the blood out into the earth and cover it with the dust?
Cover up the dust.
Is that being done? Oh, well, you ain't abstaining from blood then. Go ahead.
Right. And from things strangled.
Things strangled. Oh, wait. What you think happened to that cow when his head got cut off and his throat slit?
That's the same thing, ain't it?
Come on. So all this is flesh he talking about. All these allusions to staying away from flesh. Because you better believe the meat sold in the Gentile meat markets or the Gentile grocery stores ain't been slaughtered or processed according to Leviticus. You can guarantee it. And if that's the case, it's offered to idols, it's considered strangled, and it's considered bloody.
That's right.
Bag him down, Darius.
Yes, sir.
Bag him down with the script. Go ahead,
Right.
And from fornication.
Come on.
From which if ye kept yourselves, ye shall do well.
Yeah.
Fare ye well.
Yeah, you're going to do well if you keep yourself. You guard yourselves from all this, right? Now, let's go see. Now, he was saying this to Paul. This is what you commanded to teach that. Let's go see if Paul agreed with that. Go to 1 Corinthians 10 real quick. Just James talking to Paul. When he came to Jerusalem finally. Hey, if you out there teaching what you're supposed to teach.
This is what you got to go.
Now, let's see if Paul taught that. 1 Corinthians 10.
Where we going?
We're going to 1 Corinthians 10.
1 Corinthians 10.
We're going to start around verse 25. All right, 25 on down to like 28 or something like that. Let's read it. 1 Corinthians 10. Let me know when you're there, whatever.
Verse 25.
Verse 25.
Got it.
Now, this is Paul. Remember, James told Paul, this is what you teach, right? This is what Paul taught amongst the Gentiles. Go ahead.
Whatsoever is sold into shambles, that eat, ask no questions for conscience sake.
Whatsoever is sold in the shambles. that eat, asking no questions for conscience sake. The shambles are the meat markets, bro. I mean, let's look at a different version of it, just in case anybody think we playing.
Bring it out there.
All right, so people can see. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the same thing. He was told to teach this, right? And he gonna say whatever sold at the meat market, eat and don't ask no question. Well, bro, you know it ain't off the idols. Right. Wasn't you told to tell everybody to abstain from meats off the idols? So him openly writing this, he's saying he don't agree with what he was told. Right. But here's the thing, he ain't in charge. Right. He ain't in charge. He's like, what is you doing? Right. So the fact he started doing that means he's teaching his own thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of Israelites are actually Paulites.
He chose the other side.
Yeah, he did. Actually, Paulites, because you choosing to roll with what he's saying, but what he's saying is directly against the Torah and directly against the messianic leadership that the Messiah himself ordained and left in charge. All right, this is the NLT version of 1 Corinthians 10:25. So you may eat any meat that is sold in the marketplace without raising questions of conscience. Mm-hmm. Huh? That's not the same thing. You wasn't told to teach that, right? ESV, eat whatever is sold in the meat market without raising any question on the ground of conscience. CSB, eat everything. Well, y'all, we know everything, man. Eat it all. Eat it all. Paul said, eat it all. Eat everything that is sold in the meat market without raising questions for the sake of conscience. In SB 20, eat anything that is sold in the meat market without asking questions for the sake of comment. You can eat gator meat, huh? Chitlins. Turkey. That's why the pastors go to her and they justify them eating chitlins. Mm-hmm. Because of what's written with Paul writes. Yep. See what I'm saying? I mean, that's just what it is. We can't act like it's not in there, bro. NET, eat anything that is sold in the marketplace without questions of conscience. All right. Whatever in the meat market is sold, eat. Not inquiring because of the conscience. He's saying don't even if your conscience convicts you about it. Mm-hmm. Dang. Even if your conscience go against that. Go against the word. Go against the voice of the Most High.
Ignore it. That's what he said. Ignore it.
Y'all, we ain't making this stuff up.
The devil trying to make you. They're trying to take away their liberty from you.
That's crazy, bro. Now look at that. So whatsoever. So we can see that he's not teaching the same thing. All right. If y'all understand that so far, give us a 7 up in the chat. 7. Paul is teaching against the Torah and he's teaching against the Nazarene messianic leadership ordained by Messiah himself. Paul said eat it all.
So what if you? So this is the thing, like, what if you know that you're not supposed to eat flesh, right? Mm-hmm. And you eating it, right? And he's saying like, eat whatever sold in the meat markets or whatever for consciousness' sake. Mm-hmm. Like, what if you know it and then your conscience is just weighing heavy on you because like, hey, I know I'm not supposed to be eating it, but like he did say like eat everything I want for consciousness' sake, but it's not benefiting you none. It's not even you don't know you don't have.
Paul was a Roman citizen.
Yeah, he was.
I know it's better to eat it and not feel wrong about eating it than to not eat it at all.
Yeah. Hey, crazy good.
It's not for your consciousness' sake.
White man, wasn't
Come on, man. Let's get it. We just RFM 144. We just went over the fish. Yeah, we just went over the fish. Whatever is caught or whatever is hunted that can be eaten, it got to go through the same process. You can read. We just went over it. You go back and look at it. But we was in Leviticus 17, 1 through 7, and then verse 13, and then we was in Leviticus 7, 11 through 18. All right. Verse 26. What does it say?
For the earth is of the Most High, and the fullness thereof.
Verse 20. So that's his reason for saying you can eat whatever's in the meat market. Because the earth belongs to the Most High. The earth been belonging to him since the beginning. But he's always had a problem with us not separating what's holy from profane. All right. Yep. RSM 144. That Leviticus 17, 1 through 7. And then when you read that verse 13, that's where the fish come into play at. Because fish is what's caught. And even with that, the blood got to be poured out and covered with the dust of the earth. All right. Verse 27. What it say?
If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no question for conscience sake.
That's crazy. Now, but when you were told to abstain from meats offered to idols, so somebody can put something in front of you that you don't eat, you know what I mean? And you got to eat it anyway and don't ask no questions, even if your conscience is convicting. No, do that. Come on, it don't make sense. Stop it.
Human centered.
And it's saying unbeliever can bid you to a feast and you just be disposed to go, meaning you gotta go. You be inclined to go. Whatsoever is there or set before you, eat it without asking questions. Come on, y'all. I think we know better than that. Verse 28. Watch this.
But if any man say unto you, this is offered and sacrificed unto idols, eat not for his sake that showed it, and for conscience sake, for the earth is of the Most High, and the fullness thereof.
He's saying, but if they tell you it's sacrificed to an idol, don't eat it based off the one who serves you the food. Based off the one who said it to you. Oh, this offered to an idol. But y'all, don't nobody got to tell you it's offered to an idol for it to be offered to an idol. Right. If it's not slaughtered and prepared according to what you read in Leviticus, then by default it's offered to devils. Don't nobody got to come tell you, oh, by the way, we eating the Molech.
You should know that.
Yeah. Exactly. And if you was abstaining from the meats offered to idols based off the Torah, you wouldn't be eating it anyway. Right. You wouldn't even be at that unbeliever's feast. You know what I mean? Right. See? Yeah. All right, bro. Let's get on. Let's get to this Maccabees. Let's get into the Maccabees. All right.
Why I always have to be somebody else's sake? What dimension was like you or whatever? You would think that he was like real, just selfish. You would think he real selfless and just like, look, man, just you always think about another person over there before you think about yourself. But like, why gotta do they consciously say like because they told you, they said like this a different God or another God. It's just like you don't eat it because they said that for their sake. I thought, why wouldn't it be just for your sake? So you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right. The only reason you're not eating is because of them. Nah, bro, it ain't because of them. I'm not finna get down because I know that's against my power. That's against my God. All right.
So person, one dimension of you or whatever, you would think that he was just a selfless person and he's just caring for others and all types of stuff like that. But really, it's just like compromising.
Yeah, he's against what he was told to teach, man. You got to be real with that. Okay, now let me show y'all again. If the temple is under attack and the altar is profane, what's on the menu? All right, and read the word. If it's not done and processed and prepared and slaughtered this way, it's the devils.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're gonna get into these Maccabees and see what really happened. All right, that's right. Let's go to 2 Maccabees, the 5th chapter.
The 5th.
Let's go to the 5th chapter. We're gonna start around verse 16 and read on down, and you're gonna see that they understood. 2 Maccabees in the Apocrypha, all right? And we're going to read on down. Then we're going to get into chapter 6. You're going to see what's going on. The temple is polluted, right? The altar is profane. What they understood was, oh, no, we'll be polluted chewing on any flesh. They understood it. That's why they chose to eat the herbs, all right?
Chapter 5.
2 Maccabees, chapter 5. We're going to start at, we're going to go up a little bit. We're going to start around verse 11. 2 Maccabees 5, start around verse 11. All right. Let's get into it.
Now, when this that was done came to the king's ear, he thought that Judea had revolted, whereupon removing out of Egypt in a furious mind, he took the city by force of arms, and commanded his men of war not to spare such as they met, and to slay such as went up upon the houses. Thus there was killing of young and old, making away of men, women, and children, slaying of virgins and infants. And there were destroyed within the space of 3 whole days, 80,000, wherefore 40,000 were slain in the conflict, and no fewer sold than slain.
Come on.
Yet was he not content with this, but presumed to go into the most holy temple of all the world. Menelaus.
So now we dealing with the temple. We dealing with a majorly horrific slaughter amongst our people. You know what I mean? We've been going into this too because you in the season of Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? And regardless if you think that the natives are our people or not, you dig? What you're gonna see is the very same characteristics that this heathen did on this side of the world, he was doing on that side of the world. You know what I mean? It's the very same thing. You dig? So we focusing on the crimes, and notice that the temple's under attack. You dig? And now we got a sellout Negro here named Menelaus. Go ahead.
Menelaus, that traitor to the laws and to his own country, being his God.
Come on.
And taking the holy vessels with polluted hands and with profane hands, pulling down the things that were dedicated by our other kings, to the argument and glory,
the augmentation
and glory and honor of the place he gave them away.
Absolutely. So we see the temple was under attack, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Temple was under attack. What's on the menu? I keep asking. All right. In our case, ain't no temple and ain't no altars. Go ahead.
And so haughty was
Antiochus
in mind, that he considered not that the Lord was angry for a while for the sins of them that dwelt in the city, and therefore his eyes was not open, was not upon the place. For had they not been formerly wrapped in many sins, this man, as soon as he had come, had forthwith been scourged and put back from his presumption, as Heliodorus was whom Seleucus the Seleucus the king sent to view the treasure.
Yeah, it was that was another story in her to where Seleucus sent his little tax collector to come, you know, spy out where we had our stash at, and the Most High long stomped his head. You know what I mean? Sent some angelic forces through. I'm talking about destroyed him. But left him alive to go tell his boy and then what happened. Like, hey, look, if you got enemies, send them to Jerusalem. There is a God that fight for them. You know what I mean? Man.
Playing, partner. You about that.
Go ahead, Doc.
Nevertheless, God did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake.
Right.
And therefore the place itself that was partaker with them of the adversities that happened to the nation, did afterward communicate in the benefits sent from the Lord. And as it was forsaken in the wrath of the Almighty, so again the great Lord being reconciled, it was set up with all glory.
Go ahead.
So when Antiochus had carried out of the temple 1,800 talents, he departed in all haste into Antiochia, leaning in his pride to make the land navigable, and the sea passable by foot. Such was the haughtiness of his mind.
So this was a very proud man. Very, very proud man. He's one of your ancient enemies, Antiochus Epiphanes. Yeah, they set up the abomination of desolation during that time too. Yeah, I'm cats that look, they came in forcing Greek culture on our people. Look, y'all, look, and it was so horrific and it was so powerful that Hellenization runs on automatic now today. They ain't got to twist your arm behind your back now. Negroes or Greeks. You know what I mean? Negroes pledging in fraternities and sororities. You understand? Negroes act like Greeks, Roman Greco wrestling in leotards at the Olympics. You understand? Look at the position. Yeah, you naked. You in spandex wrestling. All those are Greco-Roman. That's their culture. They used to grease these men up and make them run jack naked.
You go
Yeah.
professional, got the job.
Yeah, Hellenization, jock straps. He's a wide receiver. He's a tight end.
Tight end.
Yeah, come on, cuz. Y'all know this stuff is off.
Facts.
You know, you make a good play, the palm, your rectum. Good job.
Yep. Football and basketball.
I love it, bro. He's under center.
You heard me.
Hut, huh?
Wow.
And then you throw the you do
All
throw the
they
ball
came
like
from
that.
the
Throw the
Greek.
balls back.
Throw the balls between your legs. I've been saying, like, if you think about it, it's running on automatic now.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? It's just the Hellenization. What our people died for, standing against, is so automatic now. It's ingrained into our psyche. We don't even question it. We don't even question why is all these men running around here claiming they Q dogs. What all them cock-strong niggas in that hall a couple years ago with they rectums out in a single file line behind each other.
Fun boys.
Straight from
Every man in the video had his rectum out and with his arm on the brother's shoulder that was right in front of him. But all these niggas got their asses out, bro.
They would, bro.
Ain't that the Masons too?
Yeah, they part of that too. Same Hellenization. Yeah, the hazing rituals.
Bro, let
The hazing, it's all Greek culture. That's Greek madness.
Greek.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But it was a lot of us that stood against it because we understood that that's Hellenization. That's the devil's culture. And then there was a lot of us that sold out and say, man, look, you know, man, we want to be in the Olympics. Or who on Mount Olympus? Zeus and all that. Y'all know about Greek mythology? Zeus and Poseidon and Hermes and Hades and Aphrodite and all them. They on Mount Olympus. The passing of the torch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, you straight in Greek culture. Look what they running in track and field. Naked, basically. You in panties.
Yep.
You in, bro, you're naked, basically.
They got, what's that? LFL. The football.
Lingerie
women.
football.
Yeah, women football. They basically naked.
Yep, that's all it is.
lingerie football.
It's just what it is, man. I'm just saying it runs on automatic now. So you gotta watch. That's what I'm saying. Especially during this time of the year, you gotta fight that spirit to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Because those the Most High roll with, their bodies fertilize the soil. Their blood has been spilled because they decided to stand against that. You feel me? So it just come down to what kind of man or woman are you? Like, you gonna stand?
Straight up.
Everybody run around claiming they got understanding. We'll stand on it then. Stand on it. No, man, we don't do that. We don't do that. We gonna stand on what the Most High said it was. We ain't gonna make no covenant with no Greeks. We ain't finna be no sneaker bros running around here talking about we keeping Thanksgiving and 4th of July and Valentine's Day and New Year. Nah, we good. We good. We gonna stand on it over here. You know what I mean? It may be a great reward to you brothers for standing, man.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? It's just what it is.
I go for the same for that vaccination shot.
Oh yeah, bro. You definitely got to stand on that, man. Absolutely. This is the temple. And how the brothers defended the temple and cleansed the den, you got to have that much zeal now. Nah, that ain't going in me. I don't care what you're talking about, it ain't going.
I just got rolled up for that.
Yeah, I know. It's all good, all praise. Come on, Hebrew, I'm saying. Let's get it.
Verse 22. And he left governors to vex the nation. At Jerusalem, Philip for his country, a Phrygian, and for manners more barbarous than he that set him there.
Oh, wait, go ahead.
And at Gerizim, Andronicus, and besides Menelaus, who worse than all the rest, bearing heavy hand over the citizens, having a malignant.
All right. Come on, Knock, let's get it.
You crying because that way, man. He got knocked out.
He set also that detestable ringleader Apollonius with an army of 2 120,000, commanding him to slay all those that were in their best age, and to sell the women and younger short.
Look at that. All this is going on, man. All right. Matter of fact, you can finish that off because we ain't got a couple more verses. Go ahead, 25.
Who come to Jerusalem and pretending peace, did for Baal till the holy day of the Sabbath, when taking the Jews keeping holy day. He commanded his men to arm themselves.
Right. Look at it.
And so he slew all them that were gone to celebrate the Shabbat, and running through the city with weapons, slew great multitudes.
Verse 27. I realized the temple was under attack and the altar profane. All right. What's on the menu? What's on the menu? If the temple is under attack and the altar is profane. Now, this is Judah Maccabee. We celebrate the Feast of Dedication. We'll be like, yeah, that brother was a rider. Right? All right. Well, we just read about all the atrocities happening to the people. All the blood is being shed, the infants being sold into slavery, right? With the attack on the temple, we reading about sellout Negroes, all of it, correct? All right, so what's on the menu for the brothers then? Verse 27. This right here, and this is an example of what we read in Leviticus 17 and Leviticus the 7th chapter. All right, if all that is, if it's impossible to bring this to the door of the tabernacle, or the priest to put the blood on the altar, for the fat to be burnt off the organs, then guess what? You can't eat it. All right. Now, in our case, there ain't no temple on the altar. But now they understood Torah better than we do. 27. Look what closer to it than we are. Exactly. Verse 27. What did it say?
But Judas Maccabeus with 9 others, or thereabout, withdrew himself into the wilderness and lived in the mountains after the manner of beasts, with his company, who fed on herbs continually.
Now, fish.
Herbs continually.
No, lamb chops.
Herbs continually.
They were eating plants or herbs continually. Now, they had flocks with them. That's 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 30. When they went into the wilderness, they took their wives, their children, all their brethren, and their flocks. Why they ain't chew on the flocks? Why they ain't go fishing? Get some fish.
Temple being polluted.
Somebody in the chat asking about fish right now. Their answer is right there. Temple not available. Altar profane. No flesh to be eaten.
You want to stay faithful.
That's crazy.
That means they fought that entire war against them Greeks on plants, on herbs.
They was super sane.
Bro, and they was destroying them Greek bastards. What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, it's like we never thought. That's the ignorance, you know what I'm saying, the mindset. We never thought every single year that passed, we'd sit here like, yeah, then we dedicating our bodies back to the you know what I'm saying, back to the dedicating these temples, these holy vessels. How?
Right.
How are you doing it?
Exactly.
You know
By doing what?
Yeah, but you wasn't. You been dead in that. You know?
Exactly.
He was dedicated.
So look, so we see right there, y'all, again, we give the Torah on it, and then we give the example. Them brothers had every opportunity to kill the flocks that was with them. They had every opportunity to go fishing. You see? No, they ate on herbs continually, and this is why. Go ahead.
Lest they should be partakers of the pollution.
Absolutely. So unless they should be partakers of defilement or pollution, because we read that it's abomination if it ain't done that way. You know what I mean? And that right there covers all of it, from the fish, or whoever in the chat running their mouth, on down to the lamb, to the ox, to the goats. Now, man, now either you see it or you don't. If you want to eat on some fish, go ahead. Eat you some fish, bro. That's all on you.
It makes me wonder, like, even with the flesh eating, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we read this and base dedication off of it, it's like, okay, well, why don't we do what they did then?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we base dedication off of what they was doing or what they had to go through, why don't we do what they did?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had to read that.
Exactly.
Even if and not to cut you off, but like, even if it was like, all right, for this day of dedication, for the Feast of Dedication, we don't eat no flesh and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't eat no flesh. We just eat nothing but plants and herbs and stuff like that because that's what they did.
Right.
Because since you want to rehearse the righteous acts of your forefathers.
Right. Well, that's what they did. Hey, look, and they understood that's what they needed to avoid pollution or defilement. And now, when you go over to First Maccabees 2 and 30, it shows they actually went out into the wilderness with their cattle.
And they knew.
Exactly. Now, why they just ain't slay the cattle then? Why they ain't just go fishing? It's waters out in the wilderness of Judea, the Dead Sea and all that. Go fishing. Huh?
They knew that was flesh.
But see, even the fish is flesh, they got blood in it, and even that, whether it's hunted or caught, right? The blood got to be poured out, covered with dust. The blood got to be put on the altar. The organs got to be burnt with the fat and all that extra. All they got to go on. That can't happen, then guess what? It's considered unclean. And we just showed an example of some brothers who lived in a time where the temple was under attack and the altar was profane. You live in a time where ain't no temple and it ain't no altar. So like they didn't eat the flesh, guess what? It ain't lawful for you to eat it either. It's just that simple. Now either you see it or you don't. You know, if you don't see it, we ain't mad at you. Keep everything respectful though. It's all good. Let's go over to 2 Maccabees 6 chapter before we get out of here. Show you the wickedness that was going on, man. All right. 2 Maccabees 6. If y'all get some understanding, give us a 9 up in the chat. 9. All praise and glory now to the Most High, man. All praise. All right. All praise and glory now to the Most High. 2 Maccabees chapter 6. Give us a 9 up in the chat if y'all get some understanding. It's all good, man.
It's all good.
All right, player. Well, let's go ahead. Since we ain't proving that, let's go ahead and get you up out of here.
Right.
It's just that simple. Go over to Paula Tink Tink's channel. Right. Maybe he can help you out. All right. It's all good, man. I see it, but they ain't proving that. All right, man. All right, man. Go prove that. Go get your catfish, bro. Ain't mad at you.
See it, but it ain't proven.
It's all good, brother. It's that simple. It's not even that hard. Happy day, man. But people be wanting you to, like, you know, force them to see something, bro. Look, we can't force you to see nothing, big dog. Like, you see it or you don't. If you don't, like, look, we not mad at you. You can't see it, all right? You either can't see it or you choosing not to see it. You know what I mean?
You got too much flesh up in the mind.
Yeah.
Too much dead blood and up in the system to even focus on what the Most High got for him.
Woe to the bloody city, man. No doubt, big dog. Let's before we go to 2 Maccabees 6, let's go to chapter 2. I want to show the flocks. I want to show the flocks. Then we'll do 2 Maccabees 6 and close on out. Woe to the bloody city. You understand? That blood ain't just man's blood, y'all. It's also animal blood. Oh, wait.
Animal blood.
Oh, wait.
Innocent. Animal blood.
130.
Yeah, First Maccabees chapter 2. First Maccabees. We're gonna go around. We're gonna jump down a little bit. But let's start at verse 1. And once we get down to like verse 13, we're gonna jump.
1 then 13.
Yeah, 1, we're gonna read down to 13, we're gonna jump, all right. Who got it? Let's eat.
I got you. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jorib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Moses.
So that what I want to go there first because we got to understand this was a priestly family. So who would have had knowledge over sacrificing? It did. And they still didn't eat the flesh because the temple was under attack and the altars were profane. And they were priests. Wow.
Yeah. And they stay strong.
Yeah, they stay strong.
Stay strong.
Hey man, look, these brothers went down.
Tripping.
Brothers went down in history, bro. They got them some ink. All right, go ahead.
He had 5 sons. Jonah, called Cadus. Simon, called Thassi. Judas, who was called Maccabees. Eleazar, called Avaran. And Jonathan, whose surname was Apphus. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, "Woe is me, wherefore I was born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers."
Okay, we dealing with the sanctuary, we dealing with the temple. That's what we dealing with her. All right, this is all the history behind the dedication. Everybody want to talk about it, then we got to talk about it. You did? But you never talk about how the brothers didn't eat no flesh at all. You know what I mean? Because the temple was under attack and the altar was profane. Even more now for us. Because there ain't no temple, it ain't no altar.
That's right.
There ain't no priest at the altar. Y'all claim y'all know what Levi is. Y'all ain't even asking Levi to build no makeshift altars. You know what I mean? A little Lego altar. You ain't even doing that. All right, well, you know, we got a problem then.
A very big problem.
All right, go ahead, Op.
He said, "Woe is me, wherefore I was born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers."
Strangers, go ahead.
Her temple is become as a man without glory.
Yeah, temple under attack. Go ahead.
Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity.
Come on.
Her infants are slain in the streets.
Come on.
Her young men with the sword of the enemy.
You see, so the atrocities are happening to the people and to the temple. Huh? Y'all see what's happening here? All right, so these men weren't eating on the finest cut of steaks. It was a good cut of steak. Well, porterhouse, it was a good old steak. Yeah, come on, let's get it.
What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she has become a bond slave.
Come on.
And behold,
come on,
our sanctuary.
That's our temple. Go ahead.
Even our beauty.
Come on.
And our glory.
Come on.
Is laid waste.
Come on.
And the Gentiles have profaned.
Temple under attack and the altars profane. What's on the menu? Them brothers knew we gonna eat on herbs continue. Even though we got cattle. Even though we priests. Oh, we go ahead.
To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer?
Right now, jump on down. Jump down to 19. Watch this.
Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away, every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Walk in the covenant of our fathers. Wow. So even though everybody fall off and do what they supposed to do and go against their customs and all that, he like, me and my brethren, we gonna rock. You understand? With the covenant of our fathers. So again, during this dark time of the year, you got to fight that. You got to fight that spirit of compromise. All right? You got to fight that. Go ahead, Doc.
Yah forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance.
Come on.
We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Moed, according to the king's commandment.
Right, come on.
Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal.
Yeah.
And his reins trembled. neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
Come on.
Also, the king's commissioner, who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down.
Exactly. See, so this brother's a zealot. You understand? Mattathias was not playing at all. Like, there ain't no compromising. You understand? The hell with Hellenization, we gonna stand on it. We gonna stand on our squirrel, die on it. But we ain't giving up. You understand? And during this dark time of the year, you have to fight that. Because you look up and you be chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Brown, 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 brown. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Boy, you better be careful. Hey, bro, I'm tripping. Let me snap out of it. I'm tripping, cuz. Well, you're thinking of Jackson 5 and all that. Hey, cuz, tripping. Hold on. You gotta fight that, man. Because again, it runs on automatic so much to where it's deeply ingrained within us.
All around.
So you gotta fight all that, man. That don't mean you don't like to eat. That don't mean you don't like to shop. That don't mean you don't show your woman love and all that. We just not aligning ourselves on the same times and days that the heathen is. That's their culture. Right. You know what I mean? You can do all that some other time. How about that?
I was actually talking to Nee about Nehemiah about being invited, you know what I'm saying, to places, not holidays, but like, you know what I'm saying, but just knowing what they gonna throw down with, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I kind of want to go for the reason, but it's just like at the same time, man, like they got all type of stuff that I don't even want to deal in being around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So right. It's just like, and he was just like, you know, we definitely getting to the point that of where Peter and them was, you know what I'm saying? We just can't deal with certain table fellowship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that's where your mind is going, basically. Yeah. You know, yeah, they got the salad here, and that's probably it because they don't cook no vegan, you know, or plant-based rather. Right. And you know what I'm saying? And you got all the rest of it, it's just death, you know what I'm saying? All right, exactly. So it's just like
you know what I'm saying? You sitting there with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, man, you ain't
playing.
playing.
Feel, and then for consciousness sake, it's like, bro, you sitting at the table knowing that like you're not supposed to even be celebrating this and all that type of stuff. So it's just like it's bothering you. You know what I'm saying? Then it's only gonna do when you go back, like say you go over to somebody's house or whatever, and y'all sitting at the table. And you know you're supposed to be saying something about this. You know what I'm saying? If I'm her, I'm supposed to be rebuking Thanksgiving or something or whatever. It's like you get back home and you feel like you failed yourself or whatever. You just failed the Most High with them. And it's just like, yeah, bro, it just hurt your conscience, man.
I'm speaking, and I'm also speaking even past. I'm speaking past the holidays though. But just being invited to a feast. Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's all different. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, because it's just like, I'm going to find myself, you know, I'm going to make everybody feel uncomfortable in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I can do.
I'm going to sit away from y'all.
Just sit there eating with y'all, man. It ain't going to work like that.
Come on, let's show the that these brothers actually had flocks. They had flocks, you dig? So the fact that they had cattle or flocks and still chose to eat herbs continually shows that they understood what we've been reading in Leviticus 17th chapter and Leviticus 7th chapter about anything that is hunted or caught, which include fish that may be eaten.
You said you gotta say it.
You understand? Yeah, because some people caught up on the fish. Like, come on, bro, it's really easy. But I mean, maybe you're not there to see it. If you ain't there to see it, it's all good. Look, y'all, we on Nazarene edition part 47. Now, if anybody's sincere for real, they didn't watch every episode. And you'd have had your fish answer already answered. Facts. We don't went into older manuscripts and all that, other gospels and all that. It already been answered. Right. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't listen to us and study this thing in sound bites and think you're going to catch it. Right. You know what I mean? Straight up. We done went into older manuscripts. We done pulled out all type, man. We done pulled all of it out. You know what I mean? Went back to ancient testimonials of your church historians who were very instrumental. And we did all of it. That's what I'm saying. So for anybody to claim that we not sincere or we ain't took no time to edify, look, little mama, we on Nazarene edition part 47.
Catch up.
Hey, catch up. That's 47 video. And they ain't even talking about everything else we done did. You know what I mean? This part 47. Who ain't took the time? Each video like 3 to 4 hours long. We taking the time out of our days to make sure our people feast and get it. You know what I mean? So it's all praise to the Most High behind it. But to throw out something like we ain't sincere or the time to edify, it wouldn't be 47 Nazarene editions. How about that?
Not a 47 or so. Most of y'all look at a piece of a video and be like, "Them brothers don't know what they're talking about."
Exactly.
You know,
you ain't even watched the whole thing. We done went to historical sources and everything, proving everything that we doing. The authenticity of the Nazarene sect. You understand what is believed, what was taught. We done went into all type of. We done went into all over. You dig? So any claim that we just not sincere, we ain't took no time to edify. You feel me? That's a spirit of pride on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? All right, well, you just don't want to see it. Don't see it, then. It's cool. How many times we done said, look, if it resonates with your spirit, rock with it. If it don't touch it. But you know what it is? The problem is people get mad because you don't submit to their understanding.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. You don't want to submit to what they see and feel. We telling you, like, look, this is what we seeing, but if you don't see it, we ain't mad at you. That ain't good enough, though. HERBAL going off. How am I going off when I'm saying you ain't even got to see what I see?
Right.
You know what I mean? You ain't got to see what we seeing.
And then going back to what we were saying before, we saying things based off of things that are written. You saying things based off of how you feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all saying things based off how you feel, whether it be in the script or outside of it.
And like also, you know what I'm saying, for those that will get the understanding, it just show that when you plant a seed, you know what I'm saying, you can't just expect it to grow right then and there. You know
Absolutely.
Because people gonna be, you know, it's planted there in their minds. They might like just get it right then and there.
Right.
But throughout time, they start to realize.
Eventually it flourished, you know what I mean? But to put something out there like we ain't sincere, we ain't took no time to edify.
Yeah.
You talking about over hundreds of hours of edification. You're talking about 47 videos at least, and each one of them on the average is 4 hours. So what is that? You dealing with well over 160 hours of edifying.
Yeah.
So the claim that we ain't took time to edify is false. You dig? We put all these editions out there so you can go back and check what we talk about. Go back and check it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it resonates with you, receive it. If it don't deal with it. It's just that simple. We ain't mad at you either way.
Yeah, people want you to believe how they believe.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's like.
It's just that simple. All right. Come on, let's finish. I want to show y'all this down to this verse 30. Where we at?
Everybody ain't gonna get it.
Thus dealt he zealously for the law of Yahweh, like as Phoenix did unto Zambra, the son of Saul. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
Go ahead.
So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city.
Go ahead.
Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there.
Go ahead. Verse 30. Watch this, y'all.
Both they and their children.
Come on.
And their wives.
Come on.
And their cattle.
Come on.
Because afflictions increased sore upon them.
So now we know when they was out there eating the herbs of the field and all that, you dig? When they withdrew into the wilderness, they had their cattle with them.
Yep.
And they ate on herbs continually to avoid defilement or pollution.
Yes, indeed.
Hold on, they had their cattle and they priestly family. Why they just ain't slaughter the cattle? Make an altar and do they priestly duties.
And the cattle ate what they ate.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. They look. So what we are reading in Leviticus the 17th chapter, You understand? About the process or the preparation of the slaughtered flesh. And when we read in Leviticus 7 about how old it got to be, you know what I mean? Must be right on point, because they had cattle and still chose to eat the herbs to avoid from being polluted or defiled.
Yep.
Backdrop. That means they all fought that war on herbs continually. They did not kill not one of their flocks. You see that?
That was a second witness.
That's a second witness. That's proof they had cattle with them when they was out there in the wilderness, meaning flesh meat.
And they knew how to prepare.
Yeah.
And what's tight is like, it's like it's going back to that whole thing was like Genesis, in the sense like they was eating, you know what I'm saying, the fruits and herbs and stuff like that, and they cattle was eating Genesis 1 and 30.
1 and 30. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, y'all, we're gonna finish up real quick. 2 Maccabees 6, few verses, and we gonna close on out. We ain't gonna read the whole chapter. That chapter go hard though. That's about Elder Eleazar. We'll pick that back up, you know, next time we get together, be the Most High will. That's just showing more that the temple is under attack. Jerusalem is being defiled. The altars are profane. What's on the menu? No blood.
No blood at all.
No blood. No blood of no flesh at all, bro.
Greatness of the land.
Yeah, there you go. It's really just that simple, man. I mean, you know, either they see it or they don't. That's it. All right. 2 Maccabees 6. Let's start at verse 1. We're gonna close on out, and we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and do our thing. I mean, there's a lot of prayer requests in this very hour. Y'all keep the family of our Prince Blake in y'all prayers, man. Untimely passing of his brother, Boss Life Judah. You know what I mean? Last week, that one hit hard, boy. You know, that brother actually came to St. Louis and got baptized in the Pesach.
Hallelujah.
You know what I mean? Untimely death of that brother. So y'all keep his family and the Most High send the spirit of prayer, spirit of comfort into the midst of his family, man. I know his moms and his siblings and everybody getting hard with that. You dig? Also keep the mother of our brother Nehemiah in y'all prayers. You know, Julia Ann Straughter. You know, man, mom's still fighting. She's still in the fight. You dig? May the Most High send a massive healing into her body and ignite all her organs. You understand? And, you know, be a living testimony to the power of the Most High. Also, the newborn daughter of our Mordecai Enoch, our beloved brother. You dig? May the Most High send a speedy healing, a massive healing, you know, man, into the kidneys of our young little niece. I believe they go back to the doctor in early December. So, you know, we touch and agree to see a miracle. We ain't playing no games around here, man.
You see it.
You know what I mean? For see it, touch and agree, and watch it come on through. Baffle these doctors, increase our faith. Also, the family of our Brandon Lewis, they was in a horrific car accident a couple weeks ago. But life was spared. You know what I mean? All praises, glory now to the Most High, him, his wife, and his son. His son, a little bit over a year old. So may the Most High send speedy, abundant, and massive healings upon all you brothers and sisters, into your bodies, into your hearts, into your minds, comfort your spirits. You understand? And bring harmony and peace within your body.
Hallelujah.
Into the temple of the Most High, where his spirit may dwell forever.
Hallelujah.
And may all these doctors be baffled, and may all our faith be increased in the power, name, and authority. Yahusha, Mashayak, hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praises. All right, let's get the 2 Maccabees 6. Y'all gonna see some more atrocities that's going down, man. It's crazy. Very, very crazy. You know what I mean? Now we're gonna read 1 through 17, and we're gonna close out. Let's get her done.
Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers, and not to live after the laws of God, and to pollute also the temple of Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus.
Oh, temple under attack, huh? Man from Greece, Athens. Depart from the laws of the Most High, pollute also the temple in Jerusalem. And we're going to call the temple of Jupiter Olympus. This is a direct attack on the Almighty.
From the Greeks.
From the Greeks, boy. This is called Hellenization at its finest. Something that's running on automatic now, boy. Yeah. So with every spirit you got in, you fight against it.
Greek, is that the same?
Yeah, Greece is the place. Greek is the people. Absolutely. So this is one of their gods, Jupiter. Jupiter Olympus. That's where you get the Olympics from.
Oh, okay.
That's their god.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jupiter Olympus. Go ahead.
And that in Gerizim,
another spot in Israel. Go ahead.
Of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place.
They done put up several temples or several altars dedicated to Jupiter, a Greek god in Israel. One in Jerusalem, one in Gerizim. Wow. Yeah, Hellenization. Now you had the brews that was like Mattathias and them that was like, man, look, I'd rather eat cat dung with a knit needle. I'd rather eat cat dung with a knit needle than sell out, boy. Straight up. And you had the others like, come on, we sick. No masses. I mean, it's always been that amongst Israel. You got the brothers that's zealous, and you got the brothers that's like, man, look, let's just go ahead and, compromise. That's the spirit you got to go against, man. I'd rather eat cat dung with a knit needle, boy. What the hell, you hear what I'm saying, Victor? All right, come on. All right, come on, Ebro, let's get it.
The coming end of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots.
Oh, they had the temple hoes out. They had the temple prostitutes out, bro. They brought the temple whores into the temple. Dallied with the harlots. Go ahead.
And had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful.
Come on.
The altar also was filled with profane things.
There you go.
Which the law forbid.
The altar profane. Them brothers ate herbs continually, even though they had cattle. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Shabbat days or ancient feasts or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Yeah, you see that? It's all out attack. That's why today you tell somebody they Israel or whatever, it be almost like pulling teeth and nails, boy. You know what I mean? This is running on automatic. I ain't no Yahudi. I ain't no Israelite. You know what I mean? But you an alpha. You a kappa.
Yeah.
Now then you a Q dog.
Run with them.
Yeah, you see that? But this right here, back then it was unlawful for you to even profess who you was. Right? Today it runs on automatic. What started 2,200 years ago is running on automatic now. That's it. Hellenization at its finest. And the crazy part is most of our people don't even know they Hellenized. They don't even know it. You think this is normal, bro? This is not normal. It's not. It's not. It's not. You straight, like you are in agreement with the Most High's enemies. Talking about you love the Lord. Nah. You Hellenized.
Very important.
Yeah, you just a whole bunch of Negro Greeks today. That's it. That's it.
Get spanked.
Yeah, come on. And look, in other words, you're uncertain. You're not in covenant with him. You uncircumcised in spirit.
Right.
Yeah, that's all our people, man. I be looking at family, everybody posting their Thanksgiving dinners and all. I'm like, bro, these people. Some of these cats was some gangsters growing up. That was so hard. But when it came to standing up for what was real, you got quiet. You know what I mean? Not my mama biscuits.
If it ain't nothing that's bad, they don't want it. If it's something good, they ain't trying to have it. You know?
Yeah.
You saw that video I sent out right? When the dude rapping about Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
He did. He was over there slaughtering people and all that because he basically like, this is what y'all celebrate. Like, and that was it's graphic, but it's just like.
Hey, you talking about Yellow Pants?
Yeah, is that what his name is?
Yeah, that's his name. He going on a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yellow Pants.
Come on, Hebrew.
All right, verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, every month.
What?
Every month.
Man, this jackal celebrating his birthday every month.
That's what he is.
Every month.
Not every year.
Every month.
Oh,
these Greeks, go ahead.
They were bought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. Ooh, that's a good one. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the laws were compelled. The Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying
ivy.
Ivy.
Now look at this, man. Like they're making you get down with their entire agenda. They're making you get down with their entire agenda, man.
It's just like right now today.
Ain't that something?
You can't keep your job unless you get vaccinated.
Man, look. Sound like we got some decisions to make, huh?
Straight up.
Nova said bitter constraint, right?
Yes, that's wrong.
Hey, this cat keeping his birthday every month, and then they got the Feast of Bacchus, right? Now let's look at that. That's what we're gonna stop at right there, Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna stop right there. Yeah. But we just showing y'all that when Hellenization is forced on our people, then you had our people that stood strong, and then you had our people that was just like, come on, let's just do this. You know what I mean? Let's just do this and, get it over with. Our life is harder going against them, you know what I mean, than, getting along with them. Now, knows what they call that? They call that the fast or the Feast of Bacchus, right?
You want to stay in that easy lane.
Now, watch, I'm going to show y'all something real quick about this Bacchus. Show y'all something about this, man, because a lot of people don't even know what they dealing with.
You don't make me uncomfortable.
You know what I mean? Let me show y'all something, man. This is crazy. Doggone heathens, man. And you don't even be knowing what you're dealing with. All right?
I'm comfortable, man.
I was talking about carrying ivy in the Bacchus leaf.
Very comfortable.
What'd you say, bro?
Very comfortable.
Yeah, you got to be comfortable around here.
Man. They don't know how comfortable it is on this side.
Man, look, you got to.
They don't know.
You got to be, man, look, bro.
With the program.
You got to be all in with the Almighty.
That's right. Lay it on the table.
Let me see if I can find this.
One thing I didn't just, even about just comfortability, man. Like, I didn't even brought out our comfort zone so much. I don't even look at being like comfortable, because when I think comfortable, I think of like getting like access to like, I don't know, just stuff coming in that don't need to be in there or whatever, like the bathing and anything or whatever. But getting comfortable, you get like stagnant, basically like I'm cool right here, I just play it safe,
Man, I'm so dang. I don't celebrate this stuff no more, boy. Like I went to work one day, I was like, why is everything closed? You hear me? But then knowing that it's Thanksgiving, right? I was like, dang, I'm tripping. I'll be forgetting, bro.
We just had to look up. Come over for Thanksgiving weekend, then when we get home, we don't be like, hold on. We're like, we both had, we were looking up on Google, man. Hold on, when is Thanksgiving? That's how serious it is.
Bro, that's how much you turned your back on the world.
That's right.
That's the thing, because I show you guys. I had to be reminded that all praise. I had one of my friends take on my life.
Let me show y'all some of this.
And it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Here, let me show y'all what this Bacchus, because it said they was carrying the Bacchus leaf, right? Now, let me show y'all this real quick.
Comfortable in His way, in His love and guidance and understanding, wisdom, knowledge, and proper.
I look at this, y'all. This right here is an image of they look God Bacchus. Remember, they were trying to make the Jews or the Israelites Bacchus, right? Carrying ivy in the procession of Bacchus. That's what we read, right? Now look what the leaf looked like. Good night. Look what the leaf looked like. Look at that. The Bacchus leaf. Now it's crazy. The crazy part about this is this. The crazy part about it is this. What's that shape?
Like a so-called heart.
Yeah, that's one of them hearts.
Ain't that crazy?
So they,
But your heart don't look like that.
no.
In your chest, your heart don't look like that. So what make you think that this is a heart? Who told you that?
That's their symbol of.
Who told you that's a heart?
Of some heart that they didn't put programmed in our mind.
Who told you that's a heart? That's what I'm saying. Like if in our minds somebody asks a little child to draw a heart, more than likely they gonna draw that picture right there, that image. You understand? But for the masses to believe that's a heart, that had to be programmed in you.
Yeah.
But then when you look at your heart that's in your chest, it look more like a fist. That's a Bacchus leaf.
Dang.
Remember we just read about the Jews had to carry ivy in the feast of Bacchus and all that?
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's not no heart. That's a Bacchus leaf. Bacchus. Or what we just read in 2 Maccabees 6. We just read it.
Yeah.
Then we just read about Bacchus.
Wow. And that's
read that again if you can. That one verse.
The leaf right there.
That's the leaf.
Oh, okay.
Look, y'all, it's not hard at all for you to believe that you've been lied to.
Right.
The world believe that's a heart right there.
Right.
That's the shape of a heart when in actuality your heart look more like a fist with ventricles and all that, and arteries in it, correct?
Yep, correct.
This is not a heart. Then why do the world believe that's a heart shape?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did it say about Bacchus in there, bro?
Yes, sir.
What did it say?
And in that day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
That right there.
Boom.
They had to carry that. Dang. Had them little had like vines of that wrapped around their head. Had little crowns made out of them shapes and all that. Dang. That right there.
And you be seeing them on them other little Greek looking shows. They had a little.
So that's his symbol.
That's his symbol.
That's
the symbol that you think a heart is the symbol to the Greek god Bacchus. That ain't no heart. Because your heart is like a fist with ventricles and different arteries up in it. Your heart don't look nothing like that. So who convinced you that was a heart? You see that? Look, that's proof in itself that you've been Hellenized. Because somebody asked you to draw a heart, that's what you're going to draw.
Exactly what's going to happen.
You ain't going to draw what your heart look like in your chest. You're going to draw that. And that just so happened to be the symbol of a Greek god. Greek culture is Hellenization.
Every time we draw a heart, we're drawing
a Bacchus leaf.
A Bacchus leaf, which is the symbol from a Greek god.
Yeah.
Which we shouldn't be even in dealing with.
There you go. So not to cut you off, but we be like, I heart you.
Yeah,
like,
I love you.
I love you, but have like the heart, I heart you. Like it be that, but it just red. You know what I'm saying?
I Bacchus you. I Bacchus you.
And they got the babies throwing up hearts and everything.
Exactly. Like my race say, heart likes on social media. Remember the little heart symbol everybody pushing? That's the symbol of Bacchus. You don't even be knowing it.
How valiant of your Valentine.
You hear me? And now again, Valentine's Day is coming up. Everybody gonna have a little heart symbol. Bro, that's Bacchus all day.
That Greek god is gonna be swooping the earth.
Valiant. Just rename.
Hey man, look. Hellenization. So somebody, nigga ain't Hellenized. Nigga ain't. Bro, draw a heart for it.
Got it. Let's get it.
Exactly.
You feel me? And guess what he gonna draw? More than likely, 9 times out of 10, he gonna draw that because he don't know what you know.
And then you push it back to him and say, what is that?
What is that? Because
that's a heart.
Do your heart look like that in your chest?
I don't know. I ain't never looked at my heart before. I don't know.
We can pull up an image of a heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you see it's totally different. That don't look like that. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is the proof that we've been Hellenized and is run on automatic is you can show with something simple is ask somebody to draw a heart for you. They draw a heart for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can draw for you the best way they can and all that. Then you flip the computer around and show them. That's actually the symbol of, that's a leaf to a Greek god named Bacchus. Don't your heart look more like a fish in you? What make you think that's a heart?
That tree.
Huh?
Is that the same name as that tree?
Which tree?
The leaves.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said
That tree, the Hawkins tree.
You talking the locust tree?
No, the
back. The back is
that's the same name.
Yeah.
The tree with the leaves and everything.
Serious business, y'all. Yeah, we've been lied to big time, y'all. So we want to get on and show that with y'all, share that with y'all. All praises, glory down to the Most High. Peace, love, light, healing, and balance, brothers and sisters. We even send love and peace into the hearts and minds of our enemies.
That's right.
I mean, it's all good, man. You dig? Again, let's keep those in our hearts and minds. May the Most High honor all these prayer requests. Let's go and get these prayers off. We're gonna face Jerusalem. Pray on out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. No, it's that way toward the window. Yeah. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And let's get her done. Let's get her done. All praises, all glory, all honor to the Most High. To ever live his anointed, beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. Oh, boy, y'all were some bombs. What's going on? Hey.
I went to HECKMAN.
Oh, good. Yeah, we've been Hellenized, y'all, on a major league level. You know what I mean? So, fight against that the best way you know how. Fight against it, man. All right. People are over here flowing. Put themselves together. All right, y'all. All praise and glory now to the Most High. Forever live his anointed, beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. Heavenly Father, we ask you remember all the prayer requests in this hour. All the prayer requests. Remember the mother of our beloved brother Nehemiah. We touch and agree to send a massive healing toward Julia and Strata. May the fire of your Holy Spirit ignite her body and bring peace to her body, wherein you may dwell forevermore. Hallelujah. We bring before your throne the newborn daughter of our beloved brother Mordecai Enoch. And we touch and agree to see a massive healing upon our niece. Massive healing. Through your fiery eternal spirit, ignite her kidneys, baffle these doctors, and increase our faith. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We bring before your throne, Heavenly Father, the family of our beloved brother Brandon Lewis in this very hour. And we see that your hand is not too short. We've seen the accident, we've seen the pictures, but hey, life was spared. So all praises, glory, and honor, and thank you for that. We ask you send forth a massive healing, a massive and complete healing upon him, his wife, and their son, their 1-year-old son, in the power, name, and authority of Yahushua the Nazarene, Malek Yahudim. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We also ask you remember our beloved brother Brent Blake, his mother, his siblings, and all their loved ones affected by the untimely death of boss like Judah. We beseech thee to send forth your angel of comfort, your angel of peace into their minds, to their bodies, into their spirits. Comfort them in these final hours, Heavenly Father. Comfort them in this time of tragedy. In the power, name, and authority of Yahushua HaMashiach, the Nazarene, Malek Yahudim. Hallelujah. Yahweh El Elyon, the owner, the creator and possessor of all there is. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua, the Nazarene, Malek Yahudim, we unleash the fire of the Holy Spirit. We unleash the fire of the Ruach against every unclean spirit, sickness, and disease. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua, the Messiah, we rebuke every unclean spirit, sickness, and disease. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua, the unblemished Lamb, we come against, break the back, and attack every unclean spirit, sickness, and disease. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua, the Nazarene, Malek Yahudim, the first begotten Son of you, Heavenly Father, we wage war and attack and come against the entire kingdom of darkness. Yahushua, you are our mighty one, our King, our Redeemer, our provider, our healer, our protector, the destroyer of the devil in all his works, the destroyer of the devil in all his work. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to give sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, speech to the dumb, and strength to the lame. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to cast down and stomp out serpents, scorpions, principalities, Leviathan, and every ruler of darkness. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to cast out devils, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, and heal every manner of sickness. And heal every manner of sickness. Right. Use us as your battle wax and weapons of war, that wherever our presence is felt, or wherever our shadow is seen, the devils cry out and flee, and your people are delivered. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua the Nazarene, Melech Yahudim, we bring before your throne all the sick in Israel. We bring before your throne the mother of our beloved brother Nehemiah. We bring before your throne the daughter of our beloved brother Mordecai. We bring before your throne the family of our Aunt Brandon Lewis. We bring before your throne the family of our Aunt Print Blake. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua the Nazarene, Melech Yahudim. Your word says whatever we bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatever we loose on earth is loosed in heaven. We claim authority. We claim authority in the Messiah Hamashiach, who is seated at your right hand right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. We loosen all your ministering angels of health. Command them to rain down a healing that is complete, a healing that is understood right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against an attack, to break the back and bind up the strong man, to bind up all these plagues, to bind up all these sicknesses, to crush the coronavirus and the ferment that's plaguing the minds of your people. We declare them all powerless. We cast them down and we cast them out to a herd of swine. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against an attack, to break the back and bind up every sickness and disease that's afflicting your people this very second. We declare them all powerless. We cast them down and we cast them out to a herd of swine in the authority, in the name, in the power of Yahushua, the Nazarene, Melech Yahudim, and by his mighty eternal spirit we pray. Yahweh El Elyon Yahweh Zebaoth, master of the heavenly armies, we loosen all your ministering angels of warfare. Command them to rain down and crack the skulls of all these sicknesses. To rain down and crack the skulls of all these plagues that is plaguing your people this very second. Command them to establish and protect the border around us, your saints. Command them to come against, confound, and put down every sickness and unclean spirit that is in opposition to the well-being of your people. Command them to render a judgment in our favor right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua HaMashiach, and by his mighty eternal spirit we pray. Yahweh, Yahweh El Elyon, Yahweh Yireh, we loosen your ministering angels of provision and blessings. Command them to shower us with the blessings of Abraham, your friend. Command the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 to chase us down and overtake us. Command the Ruach HaKodesh to give us a continual overflow of your spirit. Command the fruits, the gifts, and signs of Ruach HaKodesh to chase us down and overtake us. That wherever the sole of our feet tread, we may boldly declare, the kingdom of heaven is nigh. Right now. The kingdom of heaven is nigh. Right now. The kingdom of heaven is nigh. Right now. Accept our prayer and accept our petition. In the name, power, and authority of Yahushua, the mighty Messiah, we pray and we declare war against the kingdom of darkness. Hallelujah! 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 Praise the mighty Yahweh! Real thing, yes. All praise. All praise. All praise. All praise. Yeah, whatever. We declare war. All praise. All praise. All praise. Hallelujah. Thank you. Set off a nuke in the spirit. Y'all know how to do it. Yeah. Hallelujah. Set off a nuke in the spirit. We declare war. That's right. Yeah, we get her done. All right, brothers. All praise. All praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, that's right, big boy. Hallelujah. It's very cold. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. already know.
Praise
y'all.
the mighty
Praise
God,
the mighty Yahweh.
What's cold too is that even my thoughts right now, like you know when you get those thoughts where you praying like the enemy just attacking you now.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even be getting that as much. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind be clear. Now I can envision myself in the realm, you know what I'm saying, of the spiritual or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So like, my thoughts just like, it feel like I'm not just sitting there with my arms out. It's just like, now I'm really tuned in to the, to the prayer.
Yeah,
it's like I can feel it.
The whole Ruach is grabbing hold to you.
Absolutely.
And holding you.
I got these last words with you.
Yeah.
Baby.
Hallelujah.
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 Praise.
Praise the mighty God Yahweh. And his only thing God
praise it.
Hallelujah.
All praise.
Yes, sir.
The mighty God. Yes,
What's
sir.
up? What's up with
path, the narrow one.
Fam?
Yes, sir.
What's up with the fam?
Praise the mighty God.
Shalom, fam, in the chat. Shalom.
Yes, sir. Hey, look, peace be with the family. You know what I'm saying? And look, kingdom of heaven is within us all.
Praise the mighty.
Yeah, I ain't really got much to say for real. I ain't really got much to say, but just continue striving for truth. Continue striving to find yourself, and then when you find yourself, become yourself and be yourself, man. Be yourself, man. Understand that we all got our own roles. I can't be Roddy Rod. I can't be Darius. None of these brothers can be, you know what I'm saying, who I am. A tree, you know what I'm saying? It can't be nothing else but a tree. You feel what I'm saying? But the tree's purpose, it brings fruit, you know what I'm saying? It brings oxygen, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, look at the purpose of the tree.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And then when you look at yourself, you see that like, look, when you play your role, that is good. And everybody plays their own role and be who they are, it'll bring harmony to the world.
Just like he said, the tree got many branches and many limbs. Everybody has their role.
Everybody got their role, man. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, look, stay solid, stay true, you know what I'm saying, to yourself. Stay true to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He's within you. You know what I'm saying? He's within you.
What's his promotion, man?
One thing that I've been learning a lot from just life in general. I ain't even been like picking up no books. I've been none of that. You know what I'm saying? Life been really teaching me like all the things that
picking up a book, man.
I have. I am the book, man.
You've been picking yourself up.
I've been picking myself. I have. I can't even lie. You know. So life just been teaching me a whole bunch of like things that I didn't already knew in my mind, like, you know what I'm saying, but I just never applied it to my life. Like all the things that I didn't taught people, all the things that I didn't preach to people and gave advice to people, like all that advice, life just brought it back to me full circle or whatever. Like now you do it. You know, practice what you preach now. But that's the thing in my life now is like practicing what I preach. You know, like when it comes to how to deal with you know, like depression or deal with all these emotions, like, you know what I'm saying? I just been I used to teach people how to, you know what I'm saying, do that, but now it's like, but for real, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really understand what I was saying. I was just saying it because it sounded like it was the right thing to say, which it was the right, I was a parent. It sounded like the right thing to say, but now like, it's like, now life just showed me, all right, here, you do it for real. You know what I'm saying? Now do what you was telling others to do or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like one thing that I learned was just the other day ago, just like about attraction. Like never become too attachment. That's what I was talking about. Never be too attached to anything, because attachment leads to expectations, and expectations lead to suffer. So like, you know what I'm saying? Just different emotions that I've been going through just in my life or whatever. And I just been learning how to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't run from them. I don't hide the fact that I get angry. I don't hide the fact that I get sad at times. I don't hide that fact, and I don't run from it because it's people try to make it a bad thing. Like you have a demon because you get mad. Like people try to we blame Satan too much. You know what I'm saying? We blame demons and all that too much instead of looking within ourselves and seeing like, look, one thing that I just didn't learn from just life is that like you are responsible for how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And you create your own happiness. Like I can't give you happiness. I can't give nobody on her happiness. I can help you manifest happiness, but you have to create it yourself. So yeah, that's just what I've been just trying to go with the flow. Been just trying to master my emotions, you know, like, and not let I don't know, just staying true to myself. Staying true to myself and just staying solid, you know. Even with my music and stuff, like I feel like I changed. I'm kind of venting right now, but it's all good. We can do that. Like with my music, I feel like I changed even the style of my music to appeal to the conscious community or to appeal to brothers around me. Like, dang, will they accept this or whatever? When these are raw emotions that I'm having within myself. You know what I'm saying? And my emotions be making the best music or whatever, you know? And I'm only, even just talking about the music, I'm saying like, look, for everybody in here, express yourself. Know how to learn how to express yourself. Be you so you can express you to other people. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to express who you are to other people. I'm not you. You're not me. I'm not nobody else. I can't be nobody else. So at the end of the day, it's like, do you? You know what I'm saying? Do you? A lot of these times, like we want people to believe how we believe. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, look, truth is different from to me than it is to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just always stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't let anybody's opinions like tear you down from being you. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's just some stuff that I can learn from you. Leave with some bars. That, I mean, that's cool. You know, that's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah. I seen that dude fight 1, fight 2. See, the thing about it is the nation of Israel.
See what bars I want to hit.
And our body for being strong.
7 a.m. Wake up in the morning, wow. Everybody snoring, sun scorching through my window. Started with an intro. You know how it go. With no other words, I just bless the King and Mother Earth. I just bless the King and Mother Earth.
Stay focused.
Dang, I forgot what I said after that.
Mother Earth gonna have a lot to do with you know what I'm saying?
When asleep, I had a dream on how my day would be. A selected, chosen path on how I'd get from A to Z. Don't know what's in store for me, but patiently I wait to see. Thankful I ain't died while I was resting. What a great relief. As a kid, was unaware whenever danger creep. Even with my conscious mind, I still battle complacency. Caught on God to take the lead. My peak, we gotta aim to reach. I phase between life and death. I will always reign supreme. In school, kids thought I was stupid, but my mind was something different. Really, I was just pretending. For survival of the fittest, shamed others when people off while battling evil thoughts. From the bottom of my heart, I seek forgiveness. Been a hypocrite, no. First, it was hard to believe, and until that third eye opened, and then I started to see it. All the pieces, MELCHIZEDEK to the Garden of Eden, the laws of sowing and reaping, then karma caught up with me. I go within for entertainment, reminiscing no phases from different ages. Though I'm bigger now, want to go back to my inner child. Been a while since I had imagination, left earth and touched bases to relieve the frustration. Man, I need to just chill. Look, sitting out in nature, Letting all the flavor of Yahweh grace my taste buds. Message for the haters today, you go up in prayer. Nothing major, I go by the commandment to love your neighbor. Conversating with angels during my daily communion. Plenty mistakes I've been making, but every day we improving. I see the hate be consuming the things that make me a human. Feel like I'm caged in the zoo without keys for breaking me loose. Meditate in the morning. In the evening we floating, but they gon' call it witchcraft, cause that's a preconceived notion. All these wolf and sheep clothing that hate been keeping me going, but I send peace with thee. Reason be, I don't think we opponents. Gotta vibrate higher when you at your lowest. Just know you can split the seed with the staff of Moses. See, I rep the kingdom without being braggadocious. To reach your full potential, you gon' have to focus, work on master knowing you, and just build. Sit with it. Dave, you got anything to say, bro? And shalom. Peace. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. I was sitting on there just venting, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel you. I was getting it off.
That's all good.
Peace to the family, man.
Just get it.
Please don't insult my intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Just because I'm brown, you bring me down. Like, I can't think. Like, you can swim, but I will sink. Like, colors on the outside overshadow the fact that every brain is pink. You better watch that. Because if you judge my mind by the color of my skin, then you have to accept what comes with that. Because my brain is a mother supercomputer. Shit, I just ain't learned all the functions yet. Please don't insult my intelligence. Because if you coyotes get wild E, I can show you a road runner that can really run this road that's fast. Plus, my words hold the aroma of incense, so I need mental payments in sense. Since you ain't got sense enough to sense my intelligence, that's cash.
That's tight.
Plus, I'm in my prime, mate, so don't ever again compare me to a monkey. I'm not a primate, more like a steak you want to eat prime 8.
Message, go ahead.
So don't cause an intellectual beef with this bull you cow, or I can smash your pumpkin jack and really act a donkey. That's an ass. Please don't insult my intelligence. Time after time, I can fully manage to show my eloquence, and even elephants seem to need to be elevated in a room with this woolly mammoth. Look, it's not true, bro. Hey, peace be unto you, bro.
Hold on, my bad. Hey, look, man. All praise, man. That was tight. He said, I'm in my prime, mate, so don't ever compare me to no monkey. You prime. Oh, stop. Hey, man, stop it, man. Stop it. All right, look, man, all praises, man, to the Most High, you know what I'm saying?
Don't stop till you eat not.
Don't stop till we see y'all. Hey, bro, that was hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whew. Hey, dang. What? Hey, that was we just gotta take a moment of silence real quick, you know what I'm saying? For whoever you just slaughtered, you know what I'm saying, on that, man. Oh, you just brought life, man, I know. You don't slaughter, man. You bring life, man. I know, man.
Hey, man, the Most High brings life, man. I just enjoy it.
You see that, you know what I'm saying? You see that, man? Like, that's powerful man. It's a power that look.
You talking about Christ?
Yeah, I'm talking about Christ, but I'm saying like the thinking, the way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's the way of thinking is powerful, man. See, y'all just bring that back. Powerful, man. Yeah, but yeah, though, we finna get up out of here, family. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop till we see y'all. Blessings to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And
healing to the family, love and life.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, peace be with you. We'll see y'all next Shabbat, most high willing. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't knocked already, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll see y'all though. Hey, most high willing. Shalom.